All right, everyone. This is Wild Phil with Wild Phil's Osophy. Let's get fucking wild. It's been a while because a whole bunch of random drama, but like, let's get fucking started. You know what? I think I'll interview you first, then we'll fucking catch up on crazy shit during the week. But we got fucking, you know what? I think this is the most diverse episode we got. We got a fucking Cuban, we got a Polak immigrant, and we got Corey Oats, the guy who likes oatmeal.
Calvin, but yeah.
Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin Oats.
Calvin Oats?
Yes.
I thought you kept telling me Corey.
You can call me Corey. That's fine.
Oh. What the fuck is wrong with me? God. Is Calvin Oats?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I was like, man, every time I looked online, I was like, is there, like, do you got a sibling that does comedy too? Like,
no.
Yeah, so Calvin Oats, man. So let's start, like, what got you into comedy? First I want to start, like, when did you start doing comedy?
Like 4 months ago. Maybe November of 23.
November 22.
22, sorry.
Oh shit. And you started I always see you at Joe's. Is that where you like
yeah, Mojo's. Yes, Mojo's is where I started.
Mojo's is where you started.
Yes.
In fucking Plainfield, right?
Yep.
Amy runs that shit over there.
Yep.
Amy Blaze.
The Blazes.
Yeah, man. That's cool. I actually went there I think twice. And I love that place. That place looks cool as hell.
Oh, I like it. It's nice, small, like it's a nice intimate room, cool vibes, good food.
Yeah. All that, like the shiny fucking tile, it reminds me of that ballroom in The Shining. You know what I'm saying?
The gold room?
Yeah. But it's weird as hell because it's like a New Orleans restaurant on top, and then you go in this basement, and it looks like a miniature version of The Shining, of the gold.
Well, I think as comedians, most people, like all of us, are used to just being relegated to a basement.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, that's where you comedy fucks go.
Where's my stapler?
Growing up? Or
Oh, yeah, well, it's like, yeah, they didn't let me out much, but it's cool.
Yeah. But, so like, I think you said you're on Lyle, right? And is that, so I'm guessing Mojo's is closer to Lyle than Josephine's, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, I like Josephine's a lot too. It's just I used to try to do the 2 mics thing a lot.
Yeah.
But then I started feeling bad because I was like, if I don't get up early enough at one spot, I don't have enough time to watch a couple comics and then try to get to the next, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like a dick. I was like, I want to go to one show, be able to watch other comics, you know, just be nice, you know?
I'm just going to quickly double check everything is fucking recording right.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, like, I always ask, like, what do you think if you had top 3? What do you think, like, inspired you to do comedy?
Oh, man. I've just always been, you know, kind of the class clown. So, you know, I've always been funny. I've always been, you know, I like to say dumb things a lot. Honestly, I do like to say, like, dumb, stupid stuff, like weird, funny things a lot.
Yeah.
And I've started to notice, I was thinking the other day, I was just like, now that I'm a comedian, like, if I say weird, like, stupid, random shit, like, around my friends, I was like, oh, it's a comedian saying it instead of just like, dude, there you go, just being a fucking idiot again. I was like, what are you talking about, bro?
So it's like 50% is being a comedian so you can get validation of being weird.
I was like, they're just like, yeah, they're like, all right, dude, no, this is normal now. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, because you could. That's actually a good idea because I was like writing a bit. I was trying to write a bit about how, like, I think alcoholics piss me off because they always get away with shit. Like, you go to a family party, if you went to, like, now that I'm a family man, I get involved. Like, I get invited to all these fucking kids parties, and I'm like, man, you know, if you went to that party and you accidentally grab, like, because how, like, girls dress weird today, and you accidentally grab some chick's ass, which I wouldn't do, but you're like, oh shit, she's 12. If you, like, all you do is you go, oh, I was drunk. Oh yeah, that's drunk, Phil. That's fine. You know, like, I feel like it cuts you slack no matter fucking what. It drives me insane. Like, I had a creepy uncle for sure.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad I wasn't a girl because of how creepy he was. He was just like, I just got to an age where he was just like, so, do you like the tits or the ass? And he'd offer me. He's like, what kind of guy you are? Playboy, hustler, or penthouse? He literally, like, the weird thing was, like, his accent sounded exactly like Tommy Wiseau in The Room. But he looked like fucking...
oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah. But his name was Mark. That's the thing. Yeah. So he's just standing in front of me. Oh, hi, Mark. You're looking good today. No, but he looked exactly like fucking. You remember when Jeff Ross had long hair?
Yeah.
He looks exactly like. He's got that Squidward nose.
Oh my god.
That's a Polish thing, man.
I don't remember Jeff Ross having long hair.
Yeah, he had like curly hair, and then like for one roast, I think it was for Snoop Dogg's, he got cornrows.
Oh, I do remember the cornrows. Yeah, I do remember the cornrows. Yeah.
I think the Polish or like Slavic thing, it's like the Squidward nose and like the insomnia eyes. Like you just like, it's I don't know. I describe it as like you gone through so much shit, but you're just like, oh, we've been bumped 45 times. What I can handle anything. You're like,
for me, it's putting like hiding money. My my babka, my mom's grandpa.
Yeah,
he always would put like all of his money in, you know, those little like Danish cookie tins.
Yeah,
you know, whatever.
Ones?
You never know what you're gonna find in one of those. Ever.
Royal Dines.
Yeah. I was like, you never know. I was like, dude, we were cleaning out like one of his trailers, like, and he had passed. And there's just money in there and shit. He's just like, why is there like $3,000 in here?
You're gonna find your babushkas like World War I.
Yeah, she's just like, I don't trust you guys. I don't know what the fuck. I know what goes. I didn't realize it now, but I guess. Being Polish, we're probably like, yeah, we probably should store our stuff in secret place. We shouldn't be, like, yeah, guys, just in case anything happens, I want my stuff in a good place, okay?
Yeah. Wait, so did you learn any Polish?
A little bit. Talk, right? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you said, half your family was Polish, and then what was your dad wasn't Polish, right?
No, they're like Irish.
Oh, okay. But like, did your mom speak Polish though?
No, not really. My grandma and then my great grandparents. That's
cool, dude. See, this is why I fucking love, like, I just bring on comedians that like, oh, I think this guy's funny. Let's have him on the podcast. And like, you're even newer than me. I started like last March, and I'm like, dude, you never know what the fuck you're gonna learn, but it'll always be interesting with fucking comedians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, like, is there any funny fucking stories with like, I don't know. Growing up in that lifestyle?
Oh yeah, there's so much shit, but
yeah, no, I forgot what I was gonna say. Like, I love that name Oats. Like, to me, like the moment I heard you mention that, I'm like, that sounds like an Odd Future member, you know, like a sweatshirt or
I like that.
Calvin Oats,
that.
like. And the funny thing is, I was talking with like the cool kids crew, you know, fucking Tom Feeback and Luca Farrow, and like, I'm like, I'm the low man on the totem pole, so I'll just sit in the corner and listen. But they all don't like Tyler the Creator. They're talking about like Drake and I don't know. I
really weird. They don't.
Some of the guys like that was
like Tyler the Creator.
Yeah. I fucking love him, dude.
I do too, dude. Tom said he was a big hip hop guy, so I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, he said he likes rap, so
every single one, him, Brando, I think Justin Arseno, like they
you know what? I guess when he originally came out though, that was like more of a like there was a certain vibe to like people who would listen to that music.
He's
like
more of a goofy guy. That's what probably.
Yeah, I feel like there was more crossover between like punk rock. Like if you enjoy punk rock, you would also like Odd Future. I was like, it's a little more. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I skated when I was in high school, so that's like a lot more. Like that's something that we would listen to.
Like to Wiz Khalifa. I like.
Oh, he's still out here. He's still rocking, dude. He's just. And I listened to Wiz Khalifa way early. I always like, I got mad because people would be like, "Oh, you're so stupid. Why do you like this guy? Why do you got TGOD on your shit, like on your board or whatever?" And then he like blew up. Like by the time I was a senior, and everyone was listening to him. And then Black and Yellow came out and everything.
Yeah.
Like he's huge now. But
I heard of I remember there's a bunch of fucking rumors like that he died because of how skinny he was getting.
I did not know that. I don't know if I've seen him in a while. I thought I heard him in the news recently, but you know, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, he was
I don't
like
know he was even doing anything anymore.
He was like chemo patient skinny, but
well, he's always just been like a fucking twig man, dude. He's always been super skinny.
Dude, I fucking love Tyler. I'm not even joking. Like, I will be that tool that goes, I like Tyler before he got huge, because I don't know if you remember all those file sharing like LimeWire, Kazaa.
Yeah, LimeWire, bro.
So you had to fucking download shit.
Remember Napster?
Yeah, of course. Lars faggot ass from Metallica crying about that shit. It's like,
oh, dude, the commercial or whatever. They're all like, "Yeah, guys, dude, I love." Do you remember the South Park thing? When they ripped on that. When South Park ripped on that, I loved it.
What did they rip on? I didn't see that one.
South Park did one, and they like ripped on like all the guys complaining about Napster. It's like, guys, if you guys don't buy our music, we can't we can't buy our like second new jet or whatever. Like P Diddy's son won't be able to buy his new island or whatever. And then and they were like, yeah, guys, it's like, what about like, concert sales? Like if your music's still good live, like people will still go see you and you tour. It's like, nah, fuck that.
I remember.
I think Bono was on that episode, right?
Yeah, Bono. It was Bono.
You ever seen the I'm not sure how long ago. I want to say maybe like 10 years ago. They used to have this like before you watch a movie at the theaters or where if you're on YouTube watching something, they had you wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't do this, right? Don't steal music. And on one of them, they had Snoop Dogg. I'm like, dude, you murder people. That's a crime. Like, you murder people.
A lot of people
dude.
like a lot of these young people today do not know Snoop Dogg murdered people. Like they think he's just like they think he's like they think, oh yeah, he used to do rap music and like he's like a fun guy who like cookbook with Martha Stewart and shit like that. Like they think he's a fun dude. I was like, that guy was on trial for murder. Like he killed a dude.
Can you imagine the ghosts of the people he killed seeing him cook with Martha Stewart now? Like I'm like, what a fucking disgrace.
Have you heard Murder Was the Case that they gave me? Is that just like, you think that's like some artsy spin?
Yeah, a lot of these guys don't understand. I was like, a lot of these rap, like if if you try to tell a younger kid like, oh yeah, Ice Cube used to be just fucking hardcore. They're like, really? The dude from all these family movies? Like, are we there yet? Like, that guy?
From NWA to fucking Are We There Yet?
So you know what made me laugh my ass off was like I'm going to keep going to Tyler because I fucking love Tyler. But there's a clip online that makes me laugh my ass off because my favorite rapper of all time that I listened to for the longest is Gucci Mane. Mm-hmm. And have you ever heard why he went to jail? Like,
I don't remember. I remember he went to jail. I don't remember why.
So he had his own crew. I don't know if you'd label it as a gang, but he went to some fucking club and some guy was starting shit with him, and I think there was a shooting and they were trying to like whack him, but then after that he paid one of his crew to go make an example of him. So they fucking killed him, and then they dumped his body at his kid's playground.
Oh my god!
And so he went to jail for that, and then thank God he went to jail because before jail he had my fucking posture. When he got out of jail, he looks like John Cena.
Did you hear the conspiracy that they think that they replaced him in jail?
Oh no, I never heard of that.
I mean, dude,
Paul McCartney his ass.
Dude, if you go on Black Twitter, you can find a lot of. No, they think he was replaced, and then because then when he removed his the ice cream tattoo, which I think, dude, I love the ice cream tattoo, the face tattoo.
Yeah.
Ice cream cone on your face. That's badass, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, look, you made a decision for life right there.
You know the thing.
You don't get to take that back. You don't get to remove it, dude.
The thing that weirded me out was how fucked up his teeth were. So now he's got like these veneers.
Yeah.
So I could see why people be like,
see, that's why they're like, but I mean, he's had growth, I guess, which is, I was like, dude, that's great for him, dude.
Yeah.
That's great. But
he got new teeth in prison.
Not in prison, yeah, after.
But the thing that made me laugh my ass, there's a clip where I don't know what the fuck it was. It was like, I'm a 60% of my fucking, I still have an iPod. So I still steal music, Lars and Bono. Mm-hmm. But I 60% of it is rap and hip hop, and I know like Tyler opens up for punk bands, so somebody just booked this festival where it was like at this like black club, and it wasn't announced. It was like a private thing, but they just booked it with the wrong fucking people. Like they would book it with somebody that had a feud with somebody, and there's a clip where they're just playing old school shit. Like a Biggie song, but then they're just freestyling over it, and it was Gucci's turn to go up, and like they didn't know that Tyler was there, so he runs up on stage and starts going ADHD, swinging fists.
Yeah.
So his fucking guards just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That was funny as fuck, but
there's some people you probably should. I was like, there's some people you don't run up on. There's some people you just don't do that shit. Did you hear? Damn, who was it? I think it was Busta Rhymes. Some girl, like, he was in the club or whatever, and some girl, like, grabbed his ass. Like, some lady grabbed his ass, and he turned around and just threw a drink in her face.
Oh, no.
But, like, the lady said, like, she was like, I wasn't trying to grab his ass. I was trying to, like, get his attention for a picture or whatever. But I guess Busta Rhymes is one of those dudes. He really does not like being touched like that or whatever.
Yeah.
So he just turned around and just threw a drink straight in her
dudes don't
face.
like anybody grabbing their ass.
Well, especially that.
yeah,
I was like, a lot of guys could be very skittish about that. But I was like, dude, if it's reversed, like if a guy grabbed a girl's ass in a club, and she threw a drink in his face, no one would blink an eye. I was like, I think that's fair. Like that's, I was like, look, dude, don't grab my Firstly, don't be touching people, but like if you grab my ass, don't be like whatever response I have, it's appropriate.
I've had my moments of where I did some pretty fucked up. We know Hipster John. He used to be on my old podcast.
Yeah,
he's one of those friends that I've been friends with for 25 years, but I'm just like, it's one of those things where it's like, well, we've been friends like he fucking pisses me off all the time, but you're like, well, we've been friends for 20 years, we should keep it going. Fuck. And then like you're like at like 25 and you're like, this guy, I fucking hate this motherfucker. I'm ending it. Fuck this guy. No, I had a moment where I was with him and he used to live, dude, this guy was so fucking frugal. He used to rent out at he worked in Elk Grove, but he rented out a house in Volo. Dude, I'm not joking. His house was the size of my basement. The first time I went to go take a shit in his house, my knees almost went through the wall because it was so fucking compact.
He's got little tight bathrooms and shit.
It was.
You gotta take a shit spread eagle and shit.
Dude, I've seen people's house. I've seen people's sheds that are larger than this motherfucker's house. And he's like, oh, I got a good deal. The guy says if I clean up the yard, I get a price whacked off the fucking rent. I'm like, so anyways, I was at his fucking house and he went to a bar and dude, he's super borderline autistic spectrum, socially awkward. So he hadn't had a girlfriend in 12 years. And I remember I got when you said he Busta Rhymes through a glass. Yeah. I remember we're at a bar and my wife called me. She's like, "Are you okay?" Because it's he lived on the border of Wisconsin and he worked in Elk Grove just for the price. So I fucking we're at this bar and my wife calls me and I'm like, "All right, honey, I'm fine. We're just chilling. We haven't seen each other in a while." And the whole time on my phone, he does dumb shit when he's drunk. So he takes my phone. He's like, "Yeah, honey, I'll see you later, ootsy pootsy." And he takes my. I got so mad. You ever see those fucking Stella? They look like wine glasses.
Yeah, the chalice looking one.
Oh yeah, those things. Yeah.
He had one in his face, and I just shoved it. Shattered on his face. I'm like, "Fuck you!" And I left. Oh. and then the funny thing was a month later, I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I got a little violent." But he's like, "Oh no, man, I'm sorry. I was being drunk." I'm like, "Is your face okay, motherfucker?"
Dude, yeah.
I ate some glass.
Yeah, dude, that's a special kind of thing. Because I was like, if someone's on the phone with their significant other, dude, I was like, look. Don't goof around. I was like, that kind of shit could get me in some serious trouble that I have to deal with for the next 3 months. Please don't fuck around.
It's a wife.
Yeah,
it's a girlfriend, right? Yeah. A girlfriend, you can get mad and be like, all right, she's not gonna take half my shit. A wife will.
Yeah, yes, exactly, dude.
Yeah, be good.
Your friend's an asshole. I'm leaving you.
And you gotta understand, you don't know the dynamic they have.
Exactly.
If that person's gonna take that joke, or you'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Plus, if that was a stranger, I probably wouldn't do it. But knowing this guy, he's like, "Oh, I'm jealous because you got a good relationship." I'm like, "Man, fuck, glass to the face, I'm gonna John Wick your ass."
I'm not gonna be able to look at one of those cups without thinking of his shattered face. Waiting a month, because I felt bad. I was like, "Is the next time I'm gonna see him, he's gonna look like that guy in Hannibal with his face all cut up?" That's basically
did it go well
that's
after
Phil's
you busted
twisted
it
T
up.
story right there.
Stella
at him.
He's just rolling around in an electric wheelchair. Cardell, bring out the ham sandwich.
Looking like what's his name? The fucking what's the fucking ultra nerd that died on the wheelchair?
Stephen Hawking. Dude. I like the term ultra nerd
joke.
for Stephen Hawking, dude. I feel like it should be alpha nerd. Actually, I was like,
alpha nerd?
Dude.
He was the alpha nerd, man.
He was the Andrew Tate. He was the Andrew Tate of smart people, dude. Dude.
Life too.
But yeah, I was.
They did that whole biopic on him. I didn't see it, but I remember seeing the previews. So I was like, yeah, he had a wife and stuff. Met a woman before, because it was like a degenerative disease. So it was he was able to walk at one point, and then it slowly got worse and worse and worse.
You know what's sad as fuck? They just released a photo of Tim Curry right now. You know who that is?
Oh, Tim,
dude.
The first hit, basically.
Original Pennywise, dude. And
he looks like Stephen Hawking now. because he had like 2 strokes or something. So his mouth's
No
like
shit. Really?
yeah. He's in a he's like this, like in a wheelchair.
Dude, that
like
sucks.
the last thing I remember him in was
Home
no, dude. Do you remember fucking? You ever play Command and Conquer or Red Alert? You ever play those games?
No.
So you know how Sims is like a sky view of shit? Command and Conquer Red Alert was like Age of Empires, but you're I can't believe how this game didn't get controversial, because it was, you could either pick the communists.
Was it PlayStation, or what was it?
It was on computer.
Oh, okay.
But you could pick, you're either the communists or the Americans, and he was like the Stalin in communists. So he had like this
his voice actor.
No, they had like split scenes where he's like dressed up as Stalin, and he's doing a janky ass like Russian accent. He's like, "Oh yes, we're going to take over America," and it was just so fun. And like on the American side, they wanted to have a hot woman as a sniper, so they had Jenny McCarthy playing those split scenes.
I like how they're like, you know what? Americans have hot women snipers. Something like that. So I was like, dude, communists, you guys get Tim Curry. America, hot women snipers. Like,
it was so funny though, because I didn't realize how old that game was. I replayed it recently because they had a cheap deal on Steam. But in that game, so the funny thing is, like, as the communist team, you're just like American. If you play as the Americans, it's so much harder because you're like trying to win the war strategically. But on the communist side, you're just trying to destroy America. So you get extra points for destroying landmarks, like statues and shit. And in the game, one of the last levels is you nuke the fucking Twin Towers. So I'm like, man, that would not go right now. But
when was that game made? After 2001?
I think it was somewhere around there. Yeah, honestly.
I was like, I'm really surprised that one got through. I was like, dude,
is he like inaudible now? Or does he have one of those speaking
devices, he went. They said he went through speech therapy, and now because he's like in bad shape, he still does Cameo, and he still goes to like signs, like fucking Q&As and everything.
Can we just go back to the game one more time, dude? I just like, that sounds like too realistic to me. Like, it's just like, yeah, like, okay, as America, like, it's really hard because you're trying to fuck up literally everyone and everything. And I was like, your enemy is all of the other places. Like, dude, I know you're an ally, but in case we need to fuck you up, I gotta have a plan for this.
Yeah,
like, we gotta be. I was like, literally every other country is just like, fuck up America. Like, just go fuck. I was like, literally every other country in the world, basically, it's just like, yeah. What do you guys want to do? Just go fuck with America. Like, if we were at war, just like, yeah, just go blow up whatever they have. Fuck them.
It was funny as fuck. In that game, you have like so there, you know, like what MK Ultra is, like that.
Yeah.
The fucking, what is it, like
CIA mind control?
Is it mind control, some type of shit?
Yeah. So if you're the communists, you have mind control bears that eat fucking soldiers alive, and then if you're the allies, you have mind control.
The cocaine bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but if you're allies, you have mind controlled dolphins that sink submarines.
Oh my god.
I would have thought the allies just had mind controlled teenagers that they send at you.
Wasn't there a Simpsons episode where all the dolphins come on land?
I don't know.
Or was that a South Park episode where all the dolphins that have some kind of crazy intelligence, so they come on land and start taking things over?
There was something. I remember that.
I'm just playing this game and I'm like brokenhearted because I just saw Blackfish. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Even if we mind control dolphins in war, it's still less cruel than SeaWorld.
They would be like, yeah, at least we get to be free. Like, it's like, I was like, guys, I fucking hate your kids.
Have you ever seen that movie Jacob's Ladder?
I saw it.
It's basically around that whole shit, that military.
I remember it now. Yeah,
the fucking
it's with the guy from Tim Robbins, Shawshank Redemption.
It's that guy. Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah, I remember that.
Awesome movie. Mm-hmm. That supposedly that a lot of the shit there led to like some of the ideas in Monsters in Silent Hill.
Yeah. Well, so before I was saying though, what was funny is what got me into Out of Future was this is like, we went on such a tangent, but no, when we were doing when they had like Kazaa and LimeWire, they fucking I just would look up Tribe Called Quest and it kept giving me Odd Future. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I just have like nostalgia because I was living with my mom, like trying to save money, get the fuck away from that cunt. And like I just remember I would get stoned, play Amped 3, which is like a snowboard game on Xbox.
Yeah, I remember
that one. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm so high, just slicing through the snow and listening to old Odd Future. It was just so fucking, oh man, it's like nostalgic to me. But anyways, So what would you say? Like you said you were like the class clown, but like, are there any? I always ask, like, is there like a top 3 or top 5 like comedians that you look up to?
Oh man, that's tough. I love Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac is awesome, dude. I love all of Bernie Mac's shit. I don't know, man. I just like I like, and I like actually I like kind of like studying like a lot more like writing, like comedy writing, like shows and stuff like that. Like I love The Office. I really love Craig Robinson. Craig Robinson I love because he's able to incorporate music like too into his act. I wish I could do that. Like, dude, that's so. I was like, he's hilarious, but also he's like a really talented musician. Like he can do that kind of shit.
Everything I've seen him in, I liked him in.
I was like, I didn't know, but I've come to realize, I was like, I like Greg Daniels, who he like was, I think, a producer on The Office, or a writer or whatever.
Yeah,
he, like,
that name sounds familiar.
He produced like King of the Hill too. Like he's produced like a lot of shit.
Yeah,
like
that's what I remember.
I've started to realize, yeah, I just pick up a lot of like dumb shit from dumb TV shows.
Yeah,
and I like, and also I'm just a very stupid person, so I like to laugh.
So you listen to a lot of writers.
Like no, but I've come to realize like I'll like respect like a writer's perspective.
Yeah,
so
gotcha.
like it's like I don't know how to put it. I was like, you know what's like Bernie Mac or like I like Eddie Murphy's old shit. Like
Delirious
I like
and Raw.
Trevor. I like a lot of Trevor Noah kind of shit. Like I like some of this newer shit too. But like with those, like it's you're watching a like stand up show or something. Like it's you know they're doing stand up. You know they're telling jokes.
Yeah.
I was like with a lot of like shows or comedy writing, it's like sometimes it's more nuanced or sometimes it's I was like it's not like you're like, oh, this is the guy I went and saw and I liked that joke. It's like, oh. So The Office has like a podcast and they'll like talk about like their writers and who like produced like who came up with these jokes, how they did it and that kind of shit. So like I started to realize I was like, oh, this guy did a lot of this stuff that I like seeing. So I started looking into like more other writers like Mike Schur, another guy from The Office, he played Mose. He also like went on to do what is it? Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
And then also Superstore, and he's just a really funny guy. Like he has a lot of hilarious shit.
That's cool, man. Yeah, you know what I love about comedy that I was just thinking about recently is like, because I came from the music world. I was in bands for like 12 years, like touring and shit, and I'll never fucking play in a band again because you're babysitting morons. Like like at least in comedy there's morons and they come up with creative shit because they're morons, but like in comedy you're your own responsibility, and when you're in a band you're just babysitting all these fucking I've ranted about this before. It's like this guy is in it because he wants to fuck chicks, this guy's in it because he wants free drugs, and it's just like, but the thing I like about comedy is like when you know what I like, every fucking person, even like how you said Bernie Mac and Craig Robinson, they have two completely different experiences in life. So you like all you got to do is strictly be yourself to be successful, If you're fucking like if you're you can have influences, but that's something that I realized. Here, I'm going to check real quick of this computer cuz side note, if anything fucking happens to this podcast, my house is flickering because because my kid's running on a treadmill to power the fucking electricity. But
I think the nice thing about comedy is like you just have to enjoy making people laugh. I was like, look, do you want to make people laugh?
Yeah,
good. I was like, you might have what it takes. Doesn't mean you are like you could be a good comedian, but I was like, if you enjoy making, I was like, it's hard to get into comedy just because like, oh, I just want to make money, or oh, I just want to like fuck chicks or something.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you have to enjoy making people laugh. Like that's like you have to want to bring other people joy. Like
I was just, dude, I've been like venting to so many people that they have to be like, I can imagine how much of a burden, because I went through a slump just recently. I'm still kind of overcoming it because I would say it has 20% to do what happened with maybe 40% what it has to do with comedy, but I was just like, there's so much outside shit that was out of my control. These fucking renovators just booked on me. Like there's like 5 outlets that aren't working in my house.
They booked? What do you mean they booked on you?
They're like, all right, so is there anything else you need to do? I'm like, no, I guess it's kind of done. And then they left. And then I have all these things that aren't working right, so I'm trying to call them, and they like block me. They're shady ass fucking.
I'm never coming back. Nope, sorry.
The outlets aren't working.
There's 3 outlets that aren't working. They were supposed to make handles on all the fucking kitchen cabinets. Like, but this has been an ongoing thing. There's
How do you
just
get these guys?
they were a recommendation from another comedian, which I won't name. But and that's what sucks is like I don't want to tell him because he's cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you afterwards if you want to know. But it's like like it's a long story, but basically I had a mold problem, which this comedian that I know, he did a great job. He even gave me a good price. But then he's like, oh, I work with these guys all the time. I'm like, who are they? He goes, oh, they're these guys that I know. I'm like, well, I trust you, so I'll fucking hire them. And then sure enough, they're fucking morons. But the point was like I had all this shit that's out of my control, like this fucking renovation shit, and then just random drama in the scene, and then like I'm like I was like on and off. I don't know. Like you said, you just got over a flu, dude. I was like literally sick for the past like month and a half. And I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. Like my stomach was like waking my wife up because it was growling so much. It was like a fucking Aliens franchise face hugger, like swimming around in there. And then like after that, I did 4 fucking COVID tests, 3 strep tests, 2 flu tests. She's like, damn, dude. She's like, you just have a really bad cold. Like, dude, I don't remember being like this since I was a child. When you ever have that cold where you wake up, I literally could fill a peanut butter jar with how much phlegm I blew my nose. And it's like, oh, you just have a really bad cold. So, I don't know, man.
Well, I told you I got sick with almost the same thing. Not that bad. Mine was like maybe 2-3 days.
Yeah.
But I had the same thing. I just like, it was just like fucking congestion beyond, those kettle things that you put in your nose?
Yeah, yeah.
I was flushing out every
Were you having
fucking
Marcel
day.
suck it out like a like a baby?
Just sitting there on one of those pumps trying to pump everything out.
He's siphoning the...
I know.
Yeah.
I'm learning things. I think I just figured out who the fuck got me sick, dude, because I also had a 2-day cold, so I'm thinking... Phil over here is just getting everyone sick. He's just like, yeah, dude.
Just going around giving his mysterious fucking virus to everybody.
Well, no, I thought about that. I'm like, dude, like, we're all fucking sharing mics. And, I mean, it's like, you honestly don't even know who it could, like...
I like to lick the mic before I go up. That's like, I was like, just to let everyone know. It's like, dude, I want to taste what you got, and then you can get what I get.
Yeah,
was
man.
it the same mic that somebody was fornicating with?
What?
Was it the same mic that...
Oh yeah,
somebody was fornicating with it.
Oh yeah,
is that where you all call your little bug?
Oh man, that's a whole nother test. I don't know if I want to go.
Okay, a little cold sore on there.
Oh god, yeah. You gonna get a fucking STD from a mic? That's good, but oh my god. What happened? I guess I have to mention it. The fucking roast. Like it was so bad, and I lost across the board. I think I mentioned was a judge gave me a point. He didn't give me a point. He goes, I think Phil did good, but he's got FUBU shoes on. So I don't fucking... I'm like, come on, for us, by us. That's my fucking pronouns, But
yeah, bro.
No, but
he just hates black people. I guess that's fine.
No, he was black. So
dude, he's Kanye West. That was, I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. Dude.
No, he said me wearing FUBU was like bad, like to black people. And the funny part is like I'm trying to make this into a bit, but the funny part about why I started wearing these shoes, dude. I'm not joking. I was in court for traffic court. And
so you were like, yo, let me get you. Okay, now I understand why I said fuck you. Now I get it. I was like, yeah, you shouldn't be wearing these.
Trying to be a fucking martyr.
No.
Like, I also went out and bought a do-rag for that one.
I got a match. No, dude. Okay. I got kicked out of high school. This is where this started. I got kicked out of high school because
is this leading to FUBU, bro?
Okay, I'll explain. I got kicked out of fucking high school because...
Okay, go ahead.
Let me just fucking... Yeah, because, this is a wild fucking story.
Go for it. Let's get it.
So have you seen Goodfellas?
Yeah. Goodfellas.
You remember that scene where he's like, he fucks up all the cars in that lot?
Yeah.
So my mom, I grew up in Chicago. We moved to Park Ridge. I fucking hated it there. It's the scummiest of fucking white people. It's all Hillary Clinton's from there, and everybody there is like that. They're just like, oh, so you moved in? Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna be neighbors. And then immediately after, she calls the cops on you. I got the cops called on me, I think 24 times.
Nice.
Cocksuckers, man.
So what happened is they they banned me from the prom. They said I'm a danger to the fucking premises.
Oh shit!
So I fucking showed up with a K-bar knife and I smashed a bunch of windows and fucking cut a bunch of tires, and I had to get a job at 15 because I owed so much on the damage.
I like I was like they clearly were wrong, dude. You weren't a danger. Like, look,
Yeah,
you just bringing K-bar knives, just bringing. I was like, what are you guys fucking talking about? Think I'm betting, dude? Fuck you guys.
Nobody got hurt. I went Rambo on the rubber. You know?
He's getting to why he's wearing these FUBU shoes, and he's already starting off with dropping out of schools and committing crimes. I see where he's going with this.
Oh my, look, man, I understand.
Yeah, like this would match my style. So they put me in after I did that because I got like straight A's, but they were like, you're clearly gonna graduate, but you're a fucking asshole. So we're gonna put you in this thing. It was called North Cook, and honestly, it was just us. You know those like generic office buildings where like it could like there's either a therapist there, a law firm, or a fucking escape room. You know?
Yeah.
So it was just this generic office building. We'd be in this basement and we would do yoga with this guy that looked exactly like the fucking hippie teacher in Beavis and Butthead.
Lesbian Seagull, that guy.
Yeah. And dude, it was literally me and like 20 white kids that tried to be black, like me and 20 M&Ms. Like the kind, and they're from Park Ridge,
There's
so
a
they're
whole bunch that look like me, that dress like me, that don't give
like,
a fuck
so
like
are
me.
we? I was like, did these guys get you into FUBU? Was that? I was like, what's that?
So it was the kind because they're from Park Ridge, so it's just like they just end every fucking sentence with "no, I'm saying," but then like you'll be like, "Yo, so you want to fight?" Yo, don't let me get my mom on your ass, motherfucker. I get a lawyer. Like they go half white, half black, you know. So anyways, so I remember this kid in that. I remember this fucking guy. This fake black ass motherfucker in this class, and then like 5 years ago I went to traffic court and I saw him getting arrested, and it was he's just the dumbest fuck. The judge is like, you know, you owe like 12 grand in fines, and his answer is, yo, fucking lock me up. I don't got that money. What you gonna do? I'll fucking lock me up. See if I can. And then I saw him, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to say hi, but then I saw his shoes before they arrested him. I'm like, dude, where'd you fucking get those? Before they fucking locked him up. Because, dude, these things, like, they remind me of the shoes in Aliens. That's, you know, that Sigourney Weaver had. And then I'm like, what shoes are those? He goes, oh, they FUBU. I'm like, oh.
They remind me of
they're too fucking cool.
Like they look, dude. They look cool. Yeah.
Back to the Future, the second one, the ones that self-tie. That's what they remind me of.
Yeah. So
like, dude, they look cool, but I just don't feel like that's probably the guy to be like taking fashion rights. Like I was like, look, dude, like on your way into prison,
just took them off. Hey, take these, man. I don't need them.
Yeah, like, yo, bro.
You probably thought I was gay. I'm like,
put 50 in my commissary, dog. Like I got you.
Probably thought I was gay. He's like, I'm sorry you're getting arrested, but I love your fashion. You know, like,
bro, no,
I love those shoes.
I love this story. Like I feel like maybe not FUBUs for you, maybe black Air Forces. I feel like that's what I was like. Feel like you might be a black Air Force crowd guy.
So I ended up finding them, and they're dude, I can't believe. Guess how much these cost? Guess how much these fucking cost?
$50.
I have no idea.
They were $20 on the Walmart website. I couldn't fucking believe that shit. I was like, maybe I shouldn't get them because they're FUBU. $20, I'm getting them. I don't give a fuck. I'll fucking, I'll like get a permanent market, black out the FUBU.
That Walmart even carried any fucking name brands. Like I know they have the Shacks, but Shacks they sold
Shaq.
them everywhere. That's pretty purposely.
Dude,
Shaq's smart, dude. See, like that's
Walmart
like
would
a
have
cool
for
thing.
them, buy them.
Dude, no, that's like a cool thing. Like, cause Shaq did that. Like, Shaq made sure his shoes were like in Kmart's and Walmart. So did Stephon Marbury. Like, I was like, I like when like I guess it's kind of shitty that they just assume like, all right, all these black people are just gonna be shopping at Walmart. But like we often do.
Dude, you just
My kids got 2 pairs of Shacks. What are you talking about?
you just said for them, by them. That would be the company started by some racist white dude.
They make terrible.
They just call that literally any other company.
They have no art support.
No, but I was just telling Carlos what's fucking weird is like once in a while I was in this like hippie psychedelic. I when people ask me about my old band, it's kind of like the American version of Oasis, you know, just like alternative 90s.
Yeah.
And once in a while I'll just Google my own band name just to see like where it's at. I don't know how Walmart licensed my album and they sell my album.
You're like, yo, Walmart, what the fuck?
Are you getting anything?
No, I'm not getting shit. But
You better hit up Walmart, dude. You better be like, yo, give me my fucking money.
What the fuck is this? Start
Dog,
knocking
bro.
over all their
I'm
fucking
coming
music.
in here and I'm stealing steaks every single fucking day until you guys pay me. I was like, that's how it goes, bro.
I'm just gonna put my band bumper sticker on all those obese scooters, you know, to promote.
What if you go in
Yo,
there
get
and
the
they just have
K-bar
a
knife
picture
out,
of-
bro. Go back there and be like, yo, Walmart, this is what happens when you fuck with me, bro. Yo, so let me ask you, dude, like, do you feel like anxious? Like, do you feel anxious when you get up on stage? Like, are you like, you got like anxiety for like, not like anxious in the sense of like performing, but just like when you're up there, like, you just feeling all the shit from the day and stuff still?
That day I was for sure. So what I was saying about like this slump is like that whole week I was doing I was doing the same set regardless of the roast. I was doing the same set 4 times bombing, and then I go someplace and people are asking me for my Instagram. I do amazing. I actually killed.
Yeah.
I'm real humble, so I won't say I killed unless I killed. And it was just fucking with my head, you know. It's like that reward system dopamine shit, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I needed some Zoloft for a little help, but it made me realize that like that's the fucking game of comedy. There are things you can't control.
Yeah.
You know, you might have people who just don't like you because of your fucking shoes. There might be people, you know.
The roast battle seems kind of a little like weird because I was like, dude, like I don't really think there could be like a winner in comedy. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, it's just like 2 people. I was like
subjective.
even if like I didn't get the point, I'd just be like, look, dude, like did people laugh at my joke or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
was there some? I was like, or did I just feel good about the joke? Like, I was like, look, dude, I was like, this is just 2 people telling jokes. Like, you can assign whatever fucking points you want to it. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be a fucking comedian. So,
That
I'm
I had,
just glad there's no beam down here for you to hang yourself from.
dude. No, I'm at 270, so it would depress me more because I would fucking
Now I
collapse the
gotta
house.
fix the fucking ceiling.
he's like, God damn it, these fucking guys suck.
I gotta get these. I gotta get.
You're sitting on the ground. Kelly hears a noise. You're sitting on the ground with a rope around your neck, like, God damn it, I gotta fix this fucking ceiling.
I'm trying to call.
I gotta get a new roofer. Like, fuck this.
I'm trying to call the renovators that ditched out on me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I was talking to Karski, you know, at Joe's. He went up against AJ, and AJ, dude, AJ's fucking, he's on his way up.
Hilarious. Yeah, AJ's
and
fucking hilarious.
and he won. Karski won against AJ.
Oh, did he? Nice.
Yeah.
Good for Karski.
So
Karski's good. Like, Karski would be a very good roaster, though. Like, I could see
Yeah.
Karski being a very good roaster.
But honestly, that's the other thing is like when I went up there with Chris, I'm like, I love, like, there's so much shit I have in common with Chris, like as far as like nerdy little like shows that we like or gaming, and then at the same time, Chris makes a lot of good fucking music.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking world that I came from. So it was like when I was up there, it would be like if you and me or if me and Carlos like roasted. We're just friends jabbing at each other. But I went up there ready to fucking kill this person, you know. And that's not the mentality you want to. They cut me short because of it. They're just like, dude. There's about like they said you guys look like a fucking couple breaking up at a Rancid show. but it's all good. I mean, but.
Is it all good, bro? I was like, I feel like it might weigh on you a little bit, but no, dude. I don't. For me personally, like when I go up and do comedy, like I get a little like I don't get anxious about performing, but I'll be a little bit like, you know, just a little bit of nerves like anyone else. But like when I go up there, dude, this is just about like I was like, this is just 5 minutes where nothing else like really or however long I got, dude. Nothing else really matters. I go up there, I'm just like, look, I just want to go up there, tell these jokes, dude. Stuff that makes me laugh, stuff that I hope makes you laugh. I was like, yo, at the end of it, we can go back to all the drama, bullshit, whatever the fuck is there. But that roast battle thing sounds, because roast battles are different. Like, roast battles are definitely a different thing than just going up and trying to, like, do stand-up, do, like, doing your bit or anything, improv or anything like that.
And you don't know what crowd is going to be there. You don't know what the judges, there's different judges every time. I will say, like, when you were saying, like, do you get, dude, I get panic attacks when I go on stage. Yeah. Now I don't anymore because I know how the game works and because of help from Zoloft again. Maybe they should fucking sponsor. but no. But I mean, like, I'm just an overthinker, and you know, I talk to people like. I don't know if they want to be, but I talked to like McCarty and Kyle Allen about it. Like, they're like, dude, if you're not, why are you doing this shit? Why are you doing this shit? I'm like, man, are you busting my balls? They go, no. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, they've asked me that exact same thing.
You're doing it
that grill
to have fun.
Yeah.
And if it ain't fun anymore, don't fucking do it. And that's why, dude, what's funny is I didn't do comedy for like I took a 2-week break. And then when I went and did you're like, dude, that Polish shit was fucking hilarious. When I went on stage, that was the first day I went up again.
Yeah.
And I went up after this whole slump. That was the first time I went up. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this joke that people bitch about that there's like some black scent in it, but I think it's fucking hilarious. And I went up and that whole cool club was giving me fist pump. Like, dude, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That was great. And I'm like, yeah, because I was 100% myself, because I was so wrapped up around the algebraic equation of set up, punch, tag, set up, punch, tag. Yeah. When instead, dude, just go up and be your fucking self, you know?
Too robotic.
Literally, dude.
Yeah. So I'm up there thinking of my lines like I'm shooting a fucking movie, instead of just like, man, you won't believe what happened to me, you know, just being myself. So, but anyways, so that shit like, should we go? I mean, is there anything else that I'm just wondering? I don't know what else, like there isn't anything else that inspired you to do comedy as far as like the Calvin interview goes. Is there anything else what made you make the push of like, I'm wondering, like, I always ask people like their first open mic, what made you go from like, I like comedy to I'm gonna fucking go up there?
You know what? that's a good point. I'll give a little shout out. J.R. Castro, you probably know.
Yeah,
JR,
he's
right?
cool as hell.
I've known him since like high school and stuff. And he's always been in the comedy scene, and I've always like hit him up occasionally, be like, "Oh, is there something to go to?" In like back in like October, he was like, "You know what? Like, why don't you go to this show at Drunken Donut over in Joliet?"
Yeah,
which I used to go there all the time, dude. I love that place, like fun place. So I was like, "Yeah." I went there. I saw, and it's the one. It's Still Not Friday, so that's like Timmy Blaze hosted, and I think Jared Ellis performed, Dana maybe performed. In Sitco and a couple people, and I was just talking with them, like chatting, and said, "Hey, JR told me to come here. I wanted to try comedy," like just chatting with them before the show, trying to get some stuff. Ray Spires was super nice about it, and they were just kind of like giving me like info, and like I just felt more comfortable. I was like, oh, this like group is nice. Like these comics are nice.
Yeah,
they're not gonna like hate you if you go up there or do bad. They're not gonna be dicks or anything. Like, you know, you could just feel comfortable. You can go up there and get out there. So that was big. And then I went on a vacation, came back, and like that.
Where'd you go?
Austin. Went down to Austin, visiting some other high school friends. Then came back on
Austin, Texas.
Yeah, I love Austin.
I fucking love Austin as well.
I haven't done comedy there, but now I realize I was like, oh, it's a huge place for comedy. So, so I was like, damn, I should have started down there. But I didn't start down there. I came back because that was like my birthday. So I went down there. That was like right around Halloween, my birthday. So birthday time frame. And then I came back that Tuesday. I went and did my first mic in early November at Mojo's.
Nice, dude. Yeah, JR's fucking cool as hell. And like you said, like all these people are fucking nice. Like it made me smirk when you said that, because I remember going to Joe's at first, talking to TJ and Chris, because I knew Chris, and I'm just like, dude, I almost want to cry from happiness because everyone's so cool here. Yeah. And he's like, Chris gave me this look. He's like, there'll be drama. I'm like, when? He's like, wait a year in, and sure enough, it's a year in. But
I mean, that's just how life works. Like anywhere you go, like what's about a year into stuff, like people will start like you're close enough to people that some people will hate something, whatever. But I think I'm very like grateful that like it was such a nice experience, especially out here in the suburbs, because like as I've started going to city mics and shit, and like telling people to come out to the suburbs, and they'll try like suburb mics, they'll be like, oh, everyone's so much nicer here. Like people are like a lot more supportive, like they're kinder. I like the city. I mean, I like the city. There's good, but a lot more people are a lot more focused on like themselves, what the shit they got going, trying to like push their career. I feel like the suburbs, a lot more people are like, yo, we're just a bunch of comics. Let's like have fun. Let's talk. Like let's be a little more social, support each other.
The city's a little bit more sensitive too.
Yeah, in some places, dude, the city is weird. I was like, the city is a lot weird. Like the suburbs is weird because like in some places you might have like. It depends. So you get like you might have the older white conservative crowd, at some places, like a Shanahan's or something. Yeah. But then like if you go to like Mojo's, it's more of like a younger, like not liberal, but what it's like just like more diverse crowd, like a lot more like progressive, I guess, thinking like just like you could do that kind of shit, like you could do younger jokes. Like I have Tinder jokes, so it's like, dude, I don't want to do this in front of a crowd of 50-year-olds. Like they're like, I was like if you guys get this joke, I could like maybe like, but it's just like I was like I feel like that might not be the best one for you,
Yeah. that's the same thing with like jobs too. You know, a year in, you're gonna be cool at first.
Yeah.
But you're gonna find the people that like kind of irk you, but you're gonna see them every fucking day, so you gotta be cool. You know what my problem is like, I was always shitty with making friends. Always, I was always a fucking outsider in everything I did. So like when you see people in comedy, like immediately I'm like, friend? We be friends?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, dude, I'm doing comedy. Like, you know,
Fucking Lenny and
like,
the Bunnies here.
Dude, I realize I'm kind of a dick like that. Like and I have trouble making friends sometimes too. But I realize I've kind of been a dick in like comedy, where it's like, no, I'm trying to focus. But it's like only before I go up. Like I was like, before I go up, like I'll be trying to think of my jokes, make sure my set's right, like that kind of stuff. And I was like, and people be like, oh, dude, you kind of blew me off or whatever. And that's why I really don't like going to like 2 mics at once, like trying to do that, because I was like, the first mic, like everyone would be like, oh, this guy just kind of seems like he's not paying attention to anyone, and then he just leaves right after. Then like the second mic, right after I perform, I was like, yo, I pay a lot more attention, I love it, I'll laugh, I'm very involved, but it's just, you know, I was like, dude, it's sometimes like I think a lot of people in the comedy circle have had some sort of social issue.
Yeah,
you know, like I was like, look, usually you don't get up on a stage and start telling jokes because, like, I was like, yeah, I've always had great friends and a life.
Yeah, I've had a great family.
Something.
I have zero trauma, and I'm here to tell jokes.
So I was like, there's usually been something that helped push you towards that. But I think a lot of the people are generally nice. It's just, you know, like they got to get to know you more, which that's where it's like usually like a year. I was like, look, the more time I spent just around you in your vicinity, not even like we don't have to be speaking, like we could just be like seeing you interact with other people around or whatever.
Yeah,
I was like, the more comfortable I get, the more I start to feel what's going on and shit. Like, it's like, it's not because I hate you. It's not because I'm like, don't touch me. It's just like
feeling them out.
Yeah. I like to feel people up. Thank you for giving me.
give it a few more decades before, and you could really feel people up in the comedy. You know?
So that's what I was like, well, that's another reason to become a comedian. Just like,
you were saying you went to Drunken Donut. How long have you been going to those? Like, did you go there like 10 years ago maybe?
Drunken Donut?
Yeah.
Yes, about 10 years ago. It's not ask my age, but I was like Drunken Donut was a very hot spot for me about 10 years ago in my life. So
yeah, no, dude, so I've always told people about that, but like I technically tried. I wasn't a comedian 10 years ago, but I gave it a shot, and the bombing fucked me up. But I went to Drunken Donut a few times, and I loved, like, I became a little bit good friends with Cameron Little. I don't know if you remember him.
Yes, I think I did. Yeah, I was like, I think I do know him.
And then there was like John Torres was there. He has like long hair, but he used to not have long. And then I don't know if you remember like Rena Calm. But anyways, like it was the coolest fucking group, but I was not good enough at comedy or had the confidence to go up. But now, like you're saying, like, as long as you go up there and have fun, dude. This last mic that I went to, I was laughing my ass off because I was like, why didn't I see? You know, I kept overthinking about this whole fucking formula. You know, when you just got to be yourself. And this last mic that I went to, dude, this was one of the first times that I actually was covering my face laughing the whole time because, dude, there was this old fucking dude. He was saying the stupidest dad jokes, but after each joke, he would like tap his feet and go, yay. It was so stupid, but so fun. Like after he did it like 5 times, I was dying. He said he's like, some people say I'm a viral sensation, and I go, I'm not a virus. Yay. And he kept doing it like that. That's
the kind of shit I love. Like I love stupid shit like that where it's just like, dude, this is like, it's funny because it's just so childish and dumb. It's like, dude, this is not really like what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, you begin to like kind of just liking someone's personality. Like, oh, this guy's funny. He's just a funny guy.
Yeah.
Himself, he's a funny person. You know.
And the more that's the thing is the more I started realizing, dude, just be your fucking self. Fuck what everybody else thinks. I had a few people tell me they're like, dude, you got to drop the whole wild shit. And I'm like, dude, I have a YouTube channel. I have an Instagram with it. And
I bought a fucking sign.
Rebranding is hard, bro. Fuck you.
Black tape over wild.
No, but you know what else was fucking funny is like I was always that guy. You know when there's like there's a stupid fucking joke that you say, like an inside joke, whatever, like fucking whatever it may be. Like if today I was talking about this K-bar knife, and like if every time you saw me, I'd be like, "Where's that K-bar knife, Phil? Where's that K-bar knife?" You know that moment where it reaches like, dude, this is like getting old. I just keep going because it gets annoying and it's fucking hilarious. So now when people tell me like, dude, there's like not really anything that wild about you, I'm like, I know, and it's hilarious. I'm gonna annoy the fuck out of you by keeping it.
Dude, I have a joke like that. It absolutely pisses my brother off so much. But I'll always just do it smells like up dog in here.
Up dog?
Yeah, up dog.
What is that?
Come on, dude.
He didn't do it.
Come on.
What's up, dog?
Not much, man. How about you? He absolutely hates it. He never like he'll just like look at me and it got to the point where he would like start getting pissed, and then it got to the point where he got to the point where it's like, I don't even get pissed anymore. He's just like kind of laughs and chuckles, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. It's like that kind of stupid joke.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's no point, and why do you keep doing it? Like it's
beating
not
that fucking dead horse. You know,
I love it.
I love it too. Like I had this joke with me and my brother. It annoys the shit out of him to this day. So like where I grew up, me and Carlos kind of grew up in the same area, like around like you know the Hip in Chicago, by like Norwich,
no,
wait. Or like
The
Franklin,
mall, the Hip.
Oh yeah.
Harlem and Irving, like around
Rolling Stones records.
Yeah. So I grew up around there, and dude, when I was like in high school, there was this shithole fucking all you can eat buffet called Shooters, and it was like. It was like a DIY version of fucking
OCB.
Yeah,
Old Country Buffet.
Yeah, exactly.
Old Country Buffet.
Yeah, and
I used to love that place.
That place is fire.
And I used to drive them nuts because like it was in high school. It was like the first time I started smoking weed. So we'd get high as fuck
and go there
and stay there all day, and then just smoke in the fucking bathroom. We eating like a gallon of tapioca, you know, and fucking. So what happened is like, and that place shut down right when I got out of high school. But then every time, like when me and my brother couldn't think of a place to go, I'd be like, "You want to go to Shooters?" He's like, "It doesn't exist anymore, motherfucker." And I just kept doing it. Like we were at my mom's funeral. He's like, "So what do we do now?" I'm like, "We should go to Shooters, man." It drives him nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that kind of shit, dude. Where it's just like, dude,
I'm looking for like because they have like pixelated photos of Shooters when it used to be there, but I'm looking for a Shooters like pristine logo so I can get him a shirt for his birthday.
Dude, you should find those shitty fucking images online and print them on a shirt and give it to him.
That's what I'm talking about. I wanted to like.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like looking for the actual sign, like the actual logo.
Dude, you gotta put it on the back or like wherever you put it, but you gotta put it somewhere on there, dude. Like, want to go to Shooters?
Yeah, man. But
text him right now. Hey, you want to go to Shooters?
Yeah.
I kind of did that to Amanda when I went out there. She kept raving about this fucking place. It's like a thrift store, but shittier. Because
so for anybody who doesn't know, Amanda is his girl, but she's from like Peoria, like the center of Illinois. So cornfields and nothing else. Like
she doesn't know shit about shit.
And her and this shitty place I'm about to tell you. She kept raving about it.
She's tall enough that you can see that it's cornfields
over the cornfields over here.
He was like, that's how I picked her, actually. I saw her sticking out of the cornfields. I was like, oh, she looks pretty.
Yeah, well, big cornfield.
Fuck Tinder. I'm looking for somebody here. Like.
But she, she's not on Tinder. She's on Colonel.
She's going to kill you after listening to this.
I fucked with her the whole time I was out there. When I go out there, it's a fucking 2.5 hour drive. So I go out there, it's maybe 48 hours, and I got to head back. I got to get back to work. But she kept raving about this fucking place, and it's like a Arabic run, like you know where they're all like the whole family just sitting there watching you as you walk in, looking
like a bazaar,
huh?
Like a bazaar?
No, it could be like a bazaar. They had these, you know, those foldable plastic tables. Yeah. They had about fucking five or six of them, just rolls of them.
A Peoria version of bazaar.
With just shit.
So
just
plastic,
shit on the table.
I know, plastic tables, carpets as the paintings. It looks like a gypsy wedding.
Yeah,
it looks like
a carpets on the
walls.
They were
like, we literally just take this all out of the Goodwill donation box. We just
I don't
break
know
in
where
there
they get their shit from, but it was the most random shit. Like they had no type of organization whatsoever. They just had like a box of fucking toothbrushes that have never been opened, and then right next to that they have a bunch of shitty ornaments. Look, they're taken out of some old lady's house who died, but.
They got the grandfather renting out the janitor's closet.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a dude in the back, like, just eating a full fucking dinner in the middle of the place. The point is, I went in there and she was raving about this place. And I'm literally, I don't want to do shit. I'm like, I just want to come out here and hang out. I don't want to do a thing where we go to a bunch of places. We can go to dinner. We can go to a movie. We can do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go to a bunch of random fucking stores. I don't want to do that. But she kept talking about it. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's go to this fucking place. So it was me, her, and my son. And my son, like I said, he's got my sense of humor. So I'm just, right off the bat, I'm just like, what is all this shit? Like, I'm just making, because they have the most random shit. I'm like, oh, shit, there we go. There's those runners for the fucking 1997 Ford pickup truck. That's what I needed. That's what I came here for. Like, so the whole time I'm fucking around. I'm doing this with my son. I'm like, you know what I wish they had? I wish they had a box of toothbrushes. Oh, here they are.
That's what I was looking for,
and
bro.
you can tell she's getting annoyed because she really wants me to like this place.
Oh, dude, that's what it is. It's like a Fleet Mart, dude. Like a Fleet Mart.
It almost
shit,
looks like a flea market, but shittier, if you can imagine that.
Yeah.
Because you have like organized. I go to a flea market in Merrill's Park, and they have like, these are tools.
Yeah, they at least stay in their own section.
No, this is just table, and they just like took a box and they just shook it all out, and then they just don't have any prices. You just go in like, how much this? And the guy goes, fucking $3.
Yeah.
How much you want to pay?
Yeah.
So
how much you got in your pocket right now?
The whole time I'm doing this, she's going up and down and just trying to avoid me because she's mad. She's mad that I'm making a fucking mockery of this place she was hyping up. And
you got the waiter going up to her going, you mad, bro?
Yeah. So all this random shit, and I'm like, all this, and she's just walking ahead of me like, okay, we're fucking leaving. That's it. And then right off when we're leaving, they have a fucking one of those steel handles to go into like an in-ground pool.
Yeah.
One of them.
Just one?
So I just go, oh shit!
Wait, babe, before we go,
it's fucking, it's signed by Casey Anthony.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
So I was just like, oh, pull handle. That's what I need. It's a fucking pull handle.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought me here. Mm-hmm. So I fucking started inquiring to the guy. I'm like, how much for the pull handle? And she's already walking out the fucking door.
He's like, I'm fucking
and my
done
son's
with your
sitting there
shit.
laughing. And I'm like, wow, you're making a big fucking deal out of it. It's like, listen, I came here for this fucking pull handle.
Like,
you're gonna wait for me.
Yeah, baby, we're
He's
not
like,
leaving
okay,
without
whatever.
this.
You don't like it. It's just fucking whatever, dude. Like this, whatever. And we're in the car, and I made it a whole fucking 2-day thing. I was just like, I gotta call my sister and see if she needs something. I call her while I'm on the phone with her. I'm like, hey, Janet, you need a pull handle? And she's just sitting there like, fucking leave it, drop it already.
It's like, hey, babe, I'm at the store. Like, do you need a light bulb, a new blouse, or like a pull handle? Because I've got those shits here.
The reason why I'm laughing is because I know when you're saying this, you did this. I know you did this. You're not exaggerating.
The whole time, I did the whole fucking next 48 hours I was over there was just fucking with her, and we, I'm making, this is a joke that my son is mostly laughing at. He's just sitting there like laughing. So we go to meet up with her grandparents for dinner Sunday before I head this way. Yeah. And it's whatever. I'm just around her grandparents. I'm just very like, yeah, how's everything going? And I'll try to like be fucking peace. Try to be a professional. I try to be, have some etiquette. Yeah. My son goes, Dad, tell them about the pull handle. No, they're not gonna get the pull handle. Just leave it alone. Like, shut up, this shit.
Do they need a pull handle, Dad? Like.
Yeah, and I fucking sent her a picture for Valentine's Day. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I got you. So I went online and I just found a fucking pull handle. I fucking sent it to her.
Babe, we finally got it. They finally took my lower bid.
This just reminds me
it's
of
a thing that only me and my son found funny. No one else.
In like my mind, I'm an idiot, but I would have been like, yeah, you think if I gave that dude like $10, you would have gave me his dinner? Like the dude in the back, like, yo.
Just go to his fucking dinner and be like, how much for this right here? And that guy will be like, $3.
Like,
for that one, not the one not here. That's crunchier one. You think
I was like, bro,
dude, I don't even care if it's fun. I love living up to like stereotypes. So like if I go to a fucking Polish restaurant and it says like you'll feel just like in the old country, I'm like, well, there better be a fucking Polish bitch going to your table and criticizing you over everything like my mom used to do.
Like, wait, Poland? What year?
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, it's just ash. You know?
I had a joke the other day.
No, but what was making me think is like I would, if I owned a place like that, I would live up to the stereotype just to be funny. And I'm just picturing like if you're Arabic bazaar, like I would live with it. I'm just picturing like instead of a waiter, you just have like a carpet with a drone flying over. What would you like for your order? You know,
bro, no, and like the other day, it was like a while ago, but I had a joke where It was like, oh, dude, like, okay, Poland's being invaded. Black people were being beaten to death by cops in the streets, and abortions are illegal. Baby, we're back in the golden age of America. I was like, guys, this is what you guys all been wanting.
We just made.
Oh, you don't like it now? And I was like, oh yeah, you thought it was all milkshakes and cool cars and stupid hairdos, right? Elvis, no, fuck you guys.
We
this
just
is what
make
it
it
was.
great. We just made it great again.
I'm like, this is what making America great again looks like, guys.
You know, you describing this though like a flea market. You know what you remind me of? Do you know what Foreman Mills is?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I get clothes from our seller because it's so fucking cheap.
Dude, so okay, so I worked in a shit ton of.
They sell FUBU, by the way.
They do. I was like,
No. They sell like Fubo or some shit like the Wish.com version. Like
no, they have all fucking. This is from there.
But dude, so
they know, dude, it's real FUBU.
That's the real one. That's the real one.
This one's actually by us.
No, one leg's a little longer than the other. No, but just tuck that shit in.
No, but
hey, dog, you good?
No, but dude, they fucking like I worked in all these factories because I was a welder, and I remember there was a guy who had like these like badass like camo jeans, and because I'm a fucking Polak living up to stereotypes. Dude, the only
camo jeans.
Like the only people who wear camo jeans or shorts are either metalheads or Polacks, or they're both. And I'm like, man, those are pretty fucking badass. Where'd you get it? And it was he couldn't be barely speaking. He's like Foreman Mill, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know what the fuck that is. So I went with my wife, dude. Because I'm like, if they have camo jeans, they got to have other stuff that I like. Dude, this place, it's kind of like in the hood of Melrose Park or Stone Park.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
The one on like North Avenue, I think. Or maybe it's Roosevelt or something. But I go there.
Oh, okay. That's like on the border
or
of
no.
Franklin
You know,
Park.
it's I don't know if it was but it was like by that Swaporama or some shit.
Oh, on Lake Street.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So I go there. Me and my wife are the only white people there, and I'm like, oh, there's gonna be way more shit that I like, and they have all these like fucking airbrushed shirts that are historically inaccurate. It's like it's got like it says like Aztec heritage, and it's got like a fucking like half Mexican, half Native American like airbrush, but she's putting her middle fingers up.
Bro, it's got the Ooga Booga from Crash Bandicoot.
I was like, dude, that actually brings me real quick. Dude, I was just thinking the other day. I was like, you know what my favorite part about history is?
What?
Like when they, when historians or like people back in the day, like they couldn't tell that someone was gay. Like it was just like, she died in her sleep next to her longtime roommate. Like I was like, I was like, dude, I was like, no, they used to write lots of letters to each other during the war about how they missed the bathhouse. I was like, those guys were fucking. I was like, these are, like, just totally normal dude, straight dude shit. I was like, I feel like I don't know when we figured it out, but they're like, oh, gay people exist. Oh, that's why those. I wonder what we thought the Greeks were like 50 years ago. I was like, the Greeks were just very good friends, dude.
No
they liked each other.
To talk about it either.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're depicted as like fucking evil. You ever seen? They had this stupid old fucking like 1960s or 50s PSA they used to play in schools about gays.
The gays? Oh,
yeah.
Shit. Not the gays,
and
dude.
they had this whole thing, but when you listen to it, they're actually just depicting him as a pedophile and a murderer. So it's like, so they have this like this whole fucking this whole video talking about these kids disappearing because of these gays. He's like, and they have one line that fucking cracks me up forever. He goes, "One may never know when a gay is about, when a homosexual is about."
Oh, the gay! Oh, look out for the gays, guys. Maybe about.
It is. I'll fucking
He's
show
hiding
you.
in the corner.
I will show you that shit.
Are you the gay?
It might be a gay in your neighborhood. It had like an old timey voice.
Oh, dude, I would love to see like a one about that. It's just like, so the gays, guys, you gotta look out for the gays. I was like, all right, first off, they're gonna play their music really loud in public. They sag their pants. they shoot up all the stores. Just look out for those gays. So I was like, I feel like this might be a hate speech.
Dude, I grew up in such a fucking racist neighborhood that like, and being Polish and just learning the language, I was that kid who like the first black friend I got in like day camp, I'd be like, so you know Dr. Dre, right? He's like some uncle or some shit. It was so bad. Like I was like,
Uncle Phil's your uncle, right? Yeah. That's why they call him Uncle Phil, right?
It was so bad. But speaking of so this is on my list. I gotta mention this because this made me laugh my ass off. So like I've been fucking like I've been trying to maybe incorporate on this channel like a father and son review of movies, because my kid, he's at his grandma's now, but he's 15, and I'm like, I wonder if we watch old fucking movies, like what does he think coming from his world compared to what I think? So we watch. You guys seen Good Will Hunting, probably, right?
Yeah.
So here's a fun fact, because I'm
not your fault.
Dude, yeah. But I'm such a movie nerd that I'll watch a movie and then I'll go on IMDb, and I love reading like the trivia. I don't know if you ever done that before.
Trivia?
Yeah, they have
like trivia for their shit.
Yeah,
Never
like
even noticed it.
Yeah, they have like crazy shit.
I only
like,
go on there and be like, where the fuck else is this guy from?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. But they have a trivia section. Like, have you ever seen like Sling Blade? You remember that?
Oh
shit?
yeah, I remember that movie
with fucking Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, I think I have.
And he plays like a mentally challenged kid or adult, but like it was in there like because he wanted to play that like autistic uncomfortableness, so he put glass in his shoes. So that like every time he walks, he's kind of stiff because he's trying to avoid. Yeah. So here's a funny shit about Good Will Hunting, because this is some OG troll shit, because I was a troll since birth. Here's what's fucking hilarious that I couldn't believe. So you know the whole story about it, how like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, they like just got out of Harvard, and they were nobodies, like nobody knew about them, so they wrote this DIY script. Like you knew this shit, right?
Yeah. I didn't know they wrote it.
Yeah. They
oh yeah. Well, Louis C.K. has a whole thing about it.
Yeah. About you like them apples?
Yeah.
You know? Well, so here's what's fucking hilarious that I didn't know. So they wrote this whole fucking thing, and I think the most, all right, man, whatever. We're talking about, this might be a little, you may have to watch out for this gay, but the most emotional moment for me is that scene where he's like, you know what, every fucking day, my favorite part of the day is going up to that door and hoping that you ain't there, because you got a gift. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
And so what's hilarious is in the original screenplay, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, they wrote a scene in where when he walks up to the door, they have one last altercation, and they just have bromance gay sex before he leaves. And the reason why they did it was because they were fucking sending out this screenplay.
Oh, I was like, because they were fucking. They were like,
no.
What it is,
no. The reason why they did it was because they were like sending the screenplay out to all these motherfuckers, and they're like, this is not I mean, it's good, but we don't like it. And they wanted to do it to make sure that they read it. Yeah. They wanted to make sure, like, did you actually read it, or are you like, we don't know these guys, fuck this movie. So they sent it out, and ironically, you know who caught it? Fucking Harvey Weinstein. He caught it.
No.
Do not like.
The morality of that guy.
No, the funny thing was, like, he looked at it and he's like, dude, this movie is perfect, but what's with this gay shit, man? We got to take this out. And they were like,
I say we take that out, replace it with a confused little young girl.
I was like, look, you put a 13-year-old girl in that movie.
Is Janet McCurdy available from Nickelodeon?
We'll get Roman Polanski to direct it. Let's
replace Matt Damon with Amanda Bynes. Yeah. Amanda. But yeah. Anyways, another thing. All right. So are we moving on from interview or just random shit? Is that?
Yeah.
Did anybody else have some crazy shit that happened this week? Like any other fucking crazy updates?
No. It's like my life's just average level shit show.
I was like,
always.
I didn't want to get a gym membership because there's this through my health insurance. There's a program where you can go to any gym for a small fee. Any gym, like insurance covers it. So I just wanted to do all these trials around the gyms just to check them out. I almost got into a fight going into a fucking sauna because I went to LA Fitness. I went to LA Fitness, and I just before you walk in, you always like put that timer up. You know what I'm talking about? You turn it up all the way to 60, and the guy's like, "Yo, you gonna be here for 60 minutes?" I'm like, no. Did I do something wrong? He's like, "Well, then why the fuck did you put it for 60 minutes? You want this thing running all day?" And he's like, I'm like, no, but who fucking, what's the deal? He's like, because this breaks down all the time, and how you gonna feel about your membership? I'm like, bitch, I'm on a 3-day trial. I don't give a fuck.
I don't have a membership.
I'll fucking roast
Can't
steaks.
you just rush it like the oven?
I don't know, man, but
who knows?
That shit's fucking ridiculous. Like the guy, I don't know. Luckily, I found a gym that like that insurance thing covers is like you can do jujitsu and insurance will cover it, which will be fun.
No shit.
The only thing that I fucking hate is
that's
that
what fucking.
I thought they wouldn't do that because you would come back with like broken bones.
Fucking
and shit.
Tua Tagovailoa. Tua, he's Miami's quarterback. He got like 4 concussions this year.
Oh, wow.
Like 3 back-to-back, like 4 concussions in the last like 3 months, and now he's decided to start doing jiu-jitsu to learn how to fall to avoid brain damage. I was like, bro, if like you're like, yeah, I was like I got too much brain damage from this contact sport. Let me just start doing another contact sport to learn how to avoid it.
Well, dude, honestly, I started doing jiu-jitsu because I'm like one head injury away from full retard. Like, because there isn't any strikes. So it's all holds. You're just rolling people in the press. But
I'm just like, it's just, I mean, for Tua, my thing is just like, dude, maybe you should just like, hey, maybe my brain. I was like, maybe I should just not play this sport.
You should
I've gotten
golf.
4 concussions. I was like, my brain is dying. Like,
just put him in one of those giant fucking like inflatable hamster ball things.
For
and
real.
Just running in it.
You can play flag football. That's fine. Like,
no,
Nobody hit the retard in the bubble. He's not part of the team. We just let him keep doing that.
So part of the reason why I'm because this incorporates with what we're talking about. Like part of the you know what my problem is about like when we were talking about comedy, about how like they're saying like, you know, do it for fun. You know what my problem is? Like my whole fucking life I'm trying to prove myself to the wrong people. So I just get I'm like, when people ask me like, you think you can do this? I'm like, bro, can I do this? I throw myself to the fucking wolves. And so like
coyotes in the woods.
Yeah, and then I put them on my hoodie, you know. But no, but I like, you know, like McCarty was telling me, he's like, dude, it took me 2 fucking years to get 1 laugh. You're not even a year in, you're doing roast battles, you're trying to do your own show. And I'm like, God damn, you're fucking right. Because what happened to me in college, I didn't know what rugby was about. I'm just like, but it's badass and it's football without pads. Bro, I'm not joking. I got recommended off the team because I got 3 concussions in a week.
I was like, yeah, that's the kind of shit where it's like, yeah, probably not for me. I probably should stop doing this. It's like
they're like, yeah, Phil, you know, the crowd is kind of getting cringed out. They're like, we're sick of seeing this guy snoring and drooling to death, you know, with Undertaker eyes on the field. You know,
that was the number one thing about the NFL this year. I was like, dude, Tua had like multiple concussions, and like at one point, like his body went into like the reaction, like when you get hit in your brain, like your body will start to curl up to try to defend itself and stuff. So like your muscles will do, like he did that. He was like laying there, and like there was one time he was like falling down, like he clearly could not stand up, and they like just kept putting him back in the game and stuff.
Yeah, and like
the NFL got through that, and then Damar Hamlin, the guy who he got hit and he had a heart attack and died on the field briefly, and was brought back to life. Yeah, I was like, those were both like this year. I was like, dude, the NFL has shown that like it's like, look, guys, we don't give a fuck if you die on the field. We're still gonna watch this game.
Yeah.
Do not kneel though. I was like, if you kneel, like, look, like, is that guy kneeling? No heart attack. Okay, fine. Like, all right, that's fine.
Dude, honestly, like, I don't. Like I've never been that much into watching sports, but like when
I don't know why it came to mind right now. Sorry, remember heavyweights where you hit him so hard he starts talking out of his ass? That's what came to mind.
Was that heavyweights?
That was heavyweights. Oh no, heavyweights is the one where they go to camp.
Little Giants.
Little Giants. There we go.
Yeah, I fucking love that Little Giants.
I love that movie.
When he puts that tar because he can't catch on his hand.
And his chest, he's just stuck.
He's got these fucking like. It looks like the tar.
They cheated the whole movie. By the way. What the fuck? No one called it out because it was.
My favorite cheating movie is Bad News Bears.
Oh, that's with Rodney Dangerfield, right?
Original, I think is. I know there is
a
newer one. It's Billy Bob.
Yeah. No. I'm thinking of Ladybugs, where the kid pretends to be a girl to fucking. On the soccer team because he wants to play soccer, but the
only movie I know where someone pretends to be anyone else is the best. Like with soccer is the best one. She's All That.
Oh, okay.
Right? Amanda Bynes.
Yeah.
Basketball?
No, soccer.
No, She's All That.
I don't think I saw that one.
Or no, what was it?
No,
was it Bend It Like
the
Beckham?
basketball was Joanna Man.
Was it? Oh, Joanna Man. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Was it Bend It? What was that movie? Was it Bend It Like Beckham? I think it might have been when Amanda Bynes pretends to be a dude to be on the soccer team.
I don't remember the title, but I know what movie you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking. You know,
remember when Jackie Chan pretended to be a. No, wait, no, never mind. I'm confusing that with something else.
He pretended not.
It'll come to me. It's a movie. I'm trying to think.
Jackie Chan pretended not to be an Asian who can kick your ass.
When he pretended to not be a nice guy.
Chris Tucker. He pretended to be Chris Tucker.
Jackie Chan's one of those guys that can never be a bad guy in a movie.
No, it wouldn't work. I was like, I don't believe you,
dude. Speaking, so like I'm writing a bit about this. I'm like one of the topics I had. I didn't realize, like, I'm writing a bit about this now, but this is fucking hilarious. So, did any of you guys skateboard? Like when skateboarding was fucking. So.
No, I busted my shit multiple times.
Yeah. So 3 fun facts about skateboarding. Number one.
I rollerbladed like a fag.
What, dude? What? So first fact, it's not as fucking easy as Tony Hawk Pro Skater on PlayStation.
You don't just press X to kickflip. It's not. I was like, that's not how it works.
No, number two, like. This body type, 270 pounds, is not for skateboarding. You eat shit on concrete at this weight, you're gonna end up in the hospital. And 3, I don't know if you know, like, you know how much you fucking grind in that game. You have to wax shit before you grind it. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
And so, like,
they would carry around that fucking wax stick.
So fucking 90s, you know, like. There was like internet was just coming out. I didn't know about this shit. I obviously got they had that CCS catalog. I still have it like since then, where you fucking buy the skateboard bundles with like whatever, you know, you get
wheels
a blind
and tracks you want.
Yeah. And so like I'm like I just seen these motherfuckers waxing, you know, whatever, a bench, a curb. Yeah. It looks like you know as they're skateboarding on it because it looks like. It looks like a grease trap, you know. You know what it reminds me of. There's this fucking like I was listening this true crime podcast I was listening to about this guy who was mooching off. He had like a grandmother who was Stephen Hawking paralyzed, and he just kept cashing her checks. But she died like 10 years before.
Oh, I heard about that.
So then her body just melted into the couch. And it's just like grease. And then that's what those curbs or benches look like. They skate on. You should fucking. Yeah.
Is that dead old ladies?
Yeah, we should fucking grind on that. You know. On that.
What if you find out that's what the wax is made of? People donate their grandmas.
When you donate your grandma to science, that's what happens.
Like, go.
You get extra points if you go on that spine. You know.
Did you hear about that? There was this one dude who like donated. I think it was like his mom, like, but he was older, so it was like she was like grandma age. He like donated his mother's body to science or whatever. And I guess he found out they had used it to like test like blowing shit up. Yeah. They just blew up his grandma. Like,
basically like a crash dummy with bombs.
I was like, what?
Can you imagine that?
I was like, dude, guys, like, that's always what donating your body to science has meant. I was like, it's usually just some dude like, yo, you want to see what weird shit this body does?
What if that test facility is close to his house and he's just sitting in his yard and mom's head lands on the table? Just like, Mom,
that looks like my mom out there.
Well, I just read an article like literally 10 minutes before you guys came that like somebody donated their mom's body, and then this other person got their fucking face chewed off by like a pit bull or some shit. So they took the mom's face to transplant. So now he's just got They just got a mom in a fucking coffin, like looking like They Live, you know, like a zombie. But what the fuck was I saying? But yeah, so I didn't know you have to wax shit, and what fucking happened is so I didn't realize that like usually you take a like goop of like car wax, you know, or they have skateboarding wax. So my fucking Polak ass, because I didn't want to be uncool and like, what kind of wax do you use? I had this stack of unwanted Yankee Candle, fucking, you know, scented candle from every relative.
Nice.
He's sitting out there with a candle.
Yeah, he's over there rubbing it. Like,
yeah, dude.
Why does this smell like cinnamon?
It's like pumpkin spice, motherfucker.
Yeah, Christmas cookies. I like what the fuck,
dude. It annoyed the shit out of me because every fucking year some relative would buy me that shit. I'm like, you can't even light all these at once. It'll smell like kids' candy throw up. Because you're mixing mango with cinnamon with frankincense, like you can't do a seance with this, you know, like so I just like laughed my ass off because I'd be at the fucking park, and there'd be some like I just imagine because I grew up in that like whole mafia, like old mafia guys is like, what's with this fucking kid like going at it at this bench with a Yankee Candle? He's Polish, don't fucking like, and you know, like the funny thing is like, dude, I can't imagine like using wax candle. That'll be an emergency brake on your like grinding.
Yeah,
you're gonna you will grind better with nothing on there than like,
it's not made. That's not the same type of wax, bro. That's not what that's made for.
And might as well have used fucking Gorilla Glue. It's up and down.
I'm just picturing like some actually good skateboarder, like he's like, oh yeah, that kid waxed this shit up, just ollieing on there, eating shit, breaking his elbow, and being like, oh, this hurts, but it smells like lavender mango. But
the fuck is this?
Nope review. Yeah.
Oh,
You see that? Have you seen that movie?
No,
Nope?
I haven't seen it.
Yes, I have.
What'd you think of it?
It's pretty good. It was like it wasn't super great. It was just
It was like
premise.
it's. I mean, how would you explain? Like, there's these farm owners, and
so I guess that's like kind of it has like nice references. I like that about it. But it's basically there's these two black Hollywood they're like horse trainers basically. So like they're like train animals and stuff. Like they do like kind of like that kind of stuff.
like the stunt people, you know.
Oh, okay.
So like back in like the original, like back in the early days of Hollywood, you know, there'd be like a lot of horses on shows and stuff, and like all of that stuff. They had handlers. Like a lot of those people were black. Yeah, so they got to be like build a big part of that community. And these guys are descendants of someone who started back like early in Hollywood. So they're continuing the family business or whatever.
Is this historically accurate?
No, it's not historic. Like yes,
about-
that's history. Yeah, it's not based on a true story, obviously, but that is like how it actually happened in history.
Okay.
So these people are like working that, and they get like hired to do a job, I guess, like for some sketchy dude, kinda like some kind of like a you know like a snakes oil salesman or whatever, like one of those guys. And like I guess they discover there's like a alien ship or whatever staying there or something.
Yeah, that keeps like visiting their farm.
Yeah,
randomly.
and like it targets. I don't know why it targets those guys, but like it targets like their like
they're racist.
sets and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it was a racist, obviously alien ship cloud.
Yeah,
but,
it's
hard. It's very hard to explain. Like
It's
I don't
hard
know how to give you a synopsis.
I'll be honest. I'd give it fucking 3 stars out of 10. Like I did not like it only because like to me, like I feel like there's way too much hype for these Peele movies. You know what I mean?
I think he gets a lot of hype for those. Yeah, like he does get like he's been overhyped now.
Yeah, because like when you describe like other like whatever that was considered a sci-fi movie, and it was like when you describe other sci-fi movies, it's really concrete what the plot was, it's a slow burn to one exact thing. And I feel like every Jordan Peele movie I've ever fucking seen is so ADD. You know, every time, like when people were telling me like, you got to see Get Out, I'm like, what is it? Is it? And they're like, oh, it's hard to explain. You just got to see it. I'm like, what do you mean?
Well, I think it's also because you don't want to like give it up, because a lot of his things, I think he has a lot of nuances in his movies. Like have you seen Get Out?
I like Get Out, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, if you told someone like the plot, like you could summarize it, you'd be like, so this guy basically,
the whole
it's
thing.
like, I was like, if you gave a real summary about the movie, it would kind of kill it for them. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of, you got to go see it. And I think a lot of it is like, he has subtext. Like, that's where I was like, that movie, like, it's not like Get Out was a lot more fun to watch. Like, it's not, Us was a fun one to watch too.
I liked Us out of all of them.
That's what I was like.
Oh, Us, was that where they have like a double?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah.
That one was good, yeah.
That's what I was like. This one was like, I appreciate this one for like a lot more, like the reason like I like Office and writers and producers. Like I was like, there was a lot of subtext, there was a lot of references. And I also always appreciate like if they throw in like a Black History thing like that. I didn't know. Like I saw the Black Panther movie like recently, you know, the new one. They put it up.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, Wakanda Forever. And like at the end of it, there's an end credit scene, and they show like T'Challa's son.
Yeah.
And he's his name, and his Haitian name, he's Haitian. So his Haitian name is Toussaint, which is actually the general who helped free the slaves and rebel against the French in Haiti. So he's kind of considered like the father of Haiti.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Like it, but you know, they kind of like give you that sort of information. I appreciate little shit like that, especially just because a lot of black movies. I was like, it's usually like, I was like, dude, you're not gonna get a history lesson. I was like, look, dude, you're gonna watch, like, I don't even know. I feel like a lot of times when you watch like a movie, like especially early on, when black people were like creating, like being able to create their own movies, like Tyler Perry stuff, I was like, dude, you're not getting a history lesson. You're watching Tyler Perry run around as Medea. like you're not gonna learn anything from that.
Wait, you're telling me like Big Mama's House isn't a true story?
I was like, that one is actually 100% factual. Like,
no, there was just certain things like I said, I'm a film nerd, so I like watch it and then I'll like try and look up like these little nerdy facts, you know?
Yeah.
And dude, one thing that was in my mind, and I'm like, I feel like I feel in trouble for saying this, but I was like, Kiki, that fucking woman in Nope, I'm like, she was annoying as fuck. And I'm
oh,
like,
you don't like Keke Palmer, dude? You better watch your fucking self, bro. You better chill out, bro.
no, but I was like, you know, and I was like, am I the only one that like I didn't want to see
Yes, you are
shit?
the only one who thinks that. Yeah, you are 100. Everybody loves Keke Palmer because she's fucking amazing.
But then I
Aquila and the Bee is the best movie I've ever seen in my life.
That
sounds like Aquila and the Bee. Oh, okay.
I've
yeah.
never
See,
seen
that's what I was like. You guys, that was obviously that was an iconic movie in Black history right there. Aquila and the Bee, Keke Palmer. It's that was like early 2000s. Keke Palmer played a little black girl who was in a spelling bee. You guys don't remember that movie?
No, I didn't see that one.
Huh?
No, I never seen it.
Is it like a drama?
No, it's just I was like it's just like kind of like a happy like kids movie. She's a black girl who like wins the national spelling bee.
Oh,
No
okay.
shit, no,
I think the way you're describing it, I think I remember it, but no, that was the first. Nope was the first movie I seen her, but like I googled it and people were like, whoever wrote her character in that movie, it was just like overdone. It was like
she was a little over the top, but I appreciated
Like-
that because I was like, you could tell she was trying to be a salesman. Like, so like that's kind of the things where like some of that it's like nuance or subtext. Like she was trying to be like a promoter basically. So, like she was like and she was like they would show her like with her brother or like other people where she would be like more a normal person and like share and like break down and be like but she would just put on the persona and be like, oh, this is how you have to do it. We're in Hollywood, we got to be big business people. Let's get like, okay guys, come, we got the best shit ever.
She just like the way it is described it in this like blog thing was just like, I'm like, that's exactly what I was trying to describe, but I couldn't, which was like they put it like it was like 90s like tweaking Chris Tucker trying to own a farm, you know? And I was like, yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking the whole time. Like the main guy,
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, he's the main guy in Get Out as well.
Yeah.
He like I could picture somebody like that being a responsible farm owner. You know what I mean?
Daniel
like,
Kaluuya kills it in everything he does. He's amazing. Yeah, he definitely killed that role. Like he seemed, because he was more like a reserved kind of farmhand, so he was more like the guy who would actually work with the horse.
Yeah,
like to like get him ready for their whatever they're seeing and shit.
And that's what I mean is like here's his sibling who's like a little like too over the top.
I think I related to that just because I have a sibling though where it's like my older sibling is a lot more reserved, like a lot more like. If he likes you, he'll talk more. But like he's like, if he doesn't want to talk or if he's working or whatever, he just goes. He does his job. He's just just like that kind of hard worker. Me on the other hand, I'll talk for fucking ever. Like I love to do that shit. And like if I was in that kind of industry, like I would want to sell my stuff and be like, my stuff's the best. So I was like, I could understand that dynamic where it's like, oh, it's like there's that older brother who's like more let me just do the work, get my shit done, do this. And then there's the one person who's got to kind of like sell the business more. They got to run around. They got to put on a face for the business, which essentially, like she said, like in a thing, it's like, oh, I have to be the face of the business. Like because when you get to talk, he's like more reserved, he's more shy. It's just like, look, just don't fuck with the horse. Like he's basically like, don't mess with the horses. Kind of avoids eye contact. Like just like not that. I was like, I understood that just from a dynamic of like having a brother who's more reserved compared to me, who's like more talkative. Where it's like, one person would have to take that role, the other person would take that role, and like you said, they could definitely be annoying. Like I was like, if you talk a lot and you're always trying to sell your shit, it gets annoying.
I just I don't want to like. I know I'm gonna have a Matt Drufke is. Mm-hmm. I was gonna have him and Cameron on because they were like they were talking on Facebook about movies and I'm just like, all right, we're gonna fucking talk about movies on the podcast because I know I'm like complete polar opposite of them.
Yeah,
I'm like they might not like me after that, but no, I've gone into so many conversations about how I just feel like Peele, what he does in my opinion is like every other movie that I've ever seen, whatever movie, like okay, so Get Out is like what, maybe like a thriller, right? When you compare like when you compare it to other thrillers, it's like a slow burn incorporating that thriller feeling. And to me it's like there's so much fucking random shit that it's like, why is this in here? You know?
I think, and I feel like just for me, when I watch Jordan Peele's movies, I feel like there's a lot more, it's like a lot more personal experience for a black person. Like I love horror movies, I love thrillers, so I kind of get what you're saying. And I love it, but
so
I was
maybe
like,
it's something I just can't relate to. I don't know.
I was like, it's sometimes like some of the subtext in it, but I was like because the main thing about Get Out was like, it's like he's going out with a white woman. It's like no one's saying there's anything wrong with going out with white women or whatever. It's just like there's that idea, like it's like, what if this person was a racist and they try to get you? And it's just like, So it's just kind of the idea. It's like
Jeffrey Dahmer, basically.
Well, I was like, it's just kind of the idea. It's like you don't really know how your friends are. Like, I was like, I've had friends who I thought like were cool in school, but then like I would go and like see them outside or whatever, and I started to realize I was like, dude, you're like really racist. Like, this. I was like, dude, I was like,
you're describing me right
like
now,
when I see you. No, I was like, dude, I was like when I see you in math class, like you're like, hey, what's up? But then I was like, dude, I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Or like people whose houses I couldn't go over to when I was younger. Like it was like I was like, oh yeah, we hang out a lot, but it was like, oh, you can't come over to my place. I started to realize I was like, oh, their parents don't want like black kid coming over to their place. They're like, yeah, we might steal shit or whatever. It's just, I was like, I feel like a lot of his movies have some of that stuff where it's just a little more personal to like a black experience. Yeah. Which like, that's why I think it gets a lot of hype. Like some people who could just like see that will like always like, oh, let's overhype it, let's do that. But I was like, it's just in general, it's like nice. It's like a more universal thing. It kind of opens your mind. Like I was like, if you were looking at it from like a black perspective, like for like even for Nope. Like if you're looking at it from black perspective, like okay, the main basis is these are like two black people who their father and like their great grandfather, like for long history of working in Hollywood, being like unsung heroes behind the stage, and you know helping making sure all these big movies got going and stuff, and they like didn't really get paid, and that like that's Keke Palmer's main motivation is to make it bigger so they can grow and continue and do that stuff, and just basically like that idea where it's like they're trying to build on their legacy that they had and stuff like that was never really
family
noticed.
business.
Yeah. So I think that's just like something where it's like, you know, that happens in a lot of places, like where it's just like, oh, you don't realize like, I mean, I guess another example would just be the Jews in Hollywood, where it's like Jews don't run Hollywood. It's
Are you
just
going Kanye?
No, I'm not. I was not Kanye. I was like, Jews don't run Hollywood. It's just like they like a lot of Jewish people moved out to LA, started running like production companies, and that was like some of that beginning of early Hollywood. And like right alongside them would be like those black stagehands who were helping like make sure that the horses and all those stuff.
I just
behind
like
the scene guys.
I'm just like I guess what I'm saying is like there's zero wrong with that. It's just I'm saying like if
it's not for everybody. It doesn't have to be.
Well, no. I'm saying like if he wanted to make like a movie that's like goes along with black history and that black experience, then do that. Because what I'm saying is like when I'm seeing this movie and people are like, oh nope, what kind of movie is it? It's sci-fi. So immediately I'm thinking like, what are my like top 3 sci-fi movies?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
fucking like T2, The Thing, maybe like what the fuck else? Like even like Interstellar, you know?
Yeah.
So like comparing that to Nope, I'm like, it's not a good sci-fi movie, is what I would say. You know?
I mean, as a sci-fi movie, it's really not that. Like, but I was like, I would look more like Get Out or like Us. I was like, where it's like
it's almost like its own genre. You know?
It's like you're not like. And that's I kind of appreciate it. It's like it's not that your normal idea of that genre. Yeah. And I was like, it's because there's some more things. So I was like, and I like instead of like just saying, hey, I'm gonna make a movie that's for black people. I was like, this is a movie of this genre. Like if you like this genre and you really wanna, and like because some people understand, like the Akira slide was one thing that was in Get Out. Like he did like he made sure there was a specific scene. You know Akira, right?
No, who's that?
The Akira,
Japanese anime. Akira, it's like the girl sliding on the bike.
Yeah. Okay. So I've seen it. I never watched it though.
Yeah, I was like, it's like a pretty common reference, but there's like that. So he made sure to include a scene where the girl does that on a bike, like in there. So it's like kind of like things like that where it's homages or references to other stuff. And I was like, I like that he does that because it's not like, oh, right in your face, I'm just gonna make a movie. This is all about black history or whatever. Yeah. But if you like start, like if you were on IMDb and you were looking at some of the trivia stuff there, like you would start to see that. I was like, okay, now you start to learn more about. You could get a different appreciation for the movie as you get to learn this shit. Yeah. Which is. I mean, not for everybody, but still, I was like, I kind of appreciate that. Like, where I was like, I like the idea where it's like building the idea that not every movie that you want to include black stuff in has to straight up explain that this is a black movie or this is what this is about.
You know what? You know what I fucking loved? Like, it's not that new. I mean, it's like a few years old, but I never watched it because I don't know. Some people are like, "Oh, this is shit" because it got wokeified or whatever. But then I like recently watched. Have you seen that like new version of Candyman?
Oh, that movie sucked.
No, I haven't.
I liked it a lot.
You liked it?
I really like the actor. What's the actor's name? Oh, I can't.
I forgot his name.
I really like him.
Are you talking about the old Candyman?
No, the new one. The old one was great
Tony
too.
Todd.
But the new one, I can't remember who plays it, but that guy is great.
That I fucking loved that new spin on it. Like
I didn't see it. I did not see it.
People were bitching. They literally were bitching about one thing, and that was that part of the movie one of the person's siblings, like they're living in this. I just love movies that take place in Chicago. So, but
Community Green was what the first one was.
Yeah, and
Wait,
they were.
Did I see that movie? I watch horror movies late at night sometimes, so I'll forget. Like I was like, I'll be like, I'll be drifting off, but I think I did because it was like he was the son of the original
Candyman,
or he was the son in the original Candyman movie, and then it started to take him over, right? And then it was gonna pass to his son or something, right? Right? I think I did see it.
But what I guess I was like, I watched the whole movie. I'm like, I fucking love this a lot. What were people bitching about? And then I didn't even realize it because I didn't read this stupid fucking biased article, and it was they were just pissed off that the fucking the siblings. So there's like a chick who's going out with the guy that's the Candyman, and she's sharing an apartment, I think, with her brother who's gay with a white guy. And I think there were too many gay making out scenes with the boyfriends or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't even like. No, if you're a normal fucking person who's not left versus right, blue versus right, you know, you're not even going to notice that. If you're living in 2022, you're not even going to. But I loved it. I love the fucking spin. And at the end, I fucking love how they like.
That was good. Yeah. Oh, I love that. See, I was like, I really remember that ending. That's why I was like, I must have seen it.
With those cops.
Oh my gosh, that was great. That was phenomenal. And then he comes back. Yeah. Oh
and
my
he just kills off the fucking cops. That was fucking great. Like, and see, that's what I mean is like that whole movie. It's like
I don't remember the end.
Yeah, dude, the end was great.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I don't remember the end.
Yeah, they're like about to arrest the girl because there's somebody got killed in a Cabrini Green apartment, and they're gonna charge her with it. But they're these crooked like white cops.
Yeah.
So then instead of like when you say Candyman 3 times he appears, she does it on purpose so that he kills off all the fucking cops.
Oh no, yeah. I did see that.
He doesn't he like have to? The cops kill him. Like I think he shows up and the cops kill him. And then she says it to bring him back.
Yeah,
and the cops are like, "Oh shit, he's back!" And then I loved it, dude.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
That was like that's kind of a thing where it's like that's kind of like what Jordan Peele's bag is. Nope was kind of a miss, but like Get Out and Us, like that's kind of the thing where his bag is, where it's like, oh yeah, we'll make that. Yeah. Have you seen the Twilight Zone? The Twilight Zone he did. Remember he was hosted? There was like he did a reboot of Twilight Zone for a little bit.
No, I didn't know he did a reboot.
Yeah, there was only like 2 seasons of it.
I know there was a reboot. I didn't know that he did it.
Oh,
I used to love
he hosted
Twilight
it
Zone.
too. Yeah, dude, he was. Oh, nice. It was really good. There was one episode where it was like kind of it was the same thing where it's like you have a camera, right, and you can record things, and then if something goes wrong you can rewind or whatever, or you can pause shit, like that kind of thing, so you can control like a click or whatever. So it's this black mother who has the camera, and she's taking her son, she's driving him up to his college. He's going to like a HBCU, and so like they're driving up there, and there's this one racist cop, and like at the beginning of the story, like they see the racist cop, and she starts working with the camera, and she realizes that the camera can do that, and she's like, oh, okay. And then they're eating at a diner, and the racist cop comes in, and like he starts confronting the young man, like her son, and he kills him. So she like rewinds it, and she takes it back, and then she like goes back, and she's like, oh, you know what, let's get out of this diner. So they leave or whatever. And like basically the premise is like every time like and the cop will find him and kill him, and every time like she'll rewind it back to that moment, and she'll try to do a different thing, like she'll be nice to him, or she won't say anything like that shit.
I played games like that where you like rewind time.
And then the way they finally get to the end is they actually make it to the HBCU. And then like they have everyone, like the cop tries to like come and get the kid again, and it's like, yo, what's the problem? It's like everyone starts filming them and stuff.
Yeah.
That was like that was a good episode where it's like, oh, that's like, because obviously that story of rewinding shit so you can fix time.
Yeah.
It's a pretty common premise, but I was like, that's kind of one of those twists where it's like, oh yeah, if you were black, though, there's a cop chasing you. I was like, how do you like get it to stop? Like you can't just go to another police station.
Go in white space.
But no. So they get to the HBCU, and then
how was your day, sir?
Yeah, no. It was a good one. There was a lot of good ones on that. There was a really good one with what's the Indian? I always get his name wrong. Nanji. I know his last name is Nanji.
What is he?
He's the guy now. He's like ripped now, and he's playing a superhero in Marvel.
I don't know.
Oh man, I cannot remember his name. He plays in Marvel. He plays Kang, or not Kang. Kingo in Eternals, which is one of their worst movies. So I was like, you probably might not have seen it. He's been in a lot of shit. God damn. But he's really good. But
Is he like an
he's
original
hilarious.
Bollywood guy?
Huh?
Is he originally a Bollywood guy?
You know, no, he's not. He's a comedian. Let me just look it up, dude.
I never was into Marvel. Like I could never get into it. To me, it was just Disney-fied too much. I feel like no.
Oh, I've always kind of been a nerd, but
I mean, it's cool. Like it's cool if you like it. I just never like. You know what's funny is like I had this discussion with
Kumal. That's his name, Kumal Nanjiani.
Yeah, I never heard.
I have to see his face.
Yeah, I probably know him if I saw his face.
Yeah.
But the only other movie that I saw that was new, which I was
know him. I was like, you guys definitely wouldn't know him.
Oh yeah, I know him now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's like, so there's one in. He's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
I think it's the first episode of the show. He's a stand-up comedian, and the premise is, and it's a really good one. The premise is, whatever he says on, like he's struggling at first, and he's not getting people to laugh, but then he'll like start talking about more of his personal life or stuff, and whatever he says on stage, belongs to the crowd. And like a comedian, there's this black comedian who shows up and tells him, it's like, you can be funny. It's like, but whatever you say up there will now belong to the people. That's how you have to be funny. So like whatever jokes you bring up there, it's not yours anymore. It belongs to everyone in the crowd. It's a joke. It's out there.
Yeah.
And so he starts doing it, and then he starts doing stuff about his personal life. And he like jokes about like his girlfriend's kid, I think, or something.
Yeah.
And the kid disappears. So anything he says that he makes a joke about, it will just disappear from his life. It's and it's really good, dude. You got to watch it. It's actually, I think it's on Amazon Prime or whatever. It's on CBS or some shit.
So I got
Check it out.
herpes one time. Yes, it disappeared.
There you go.
That's yours now.
Belongs to everyone else in the
Gave it to all
crowd.
you.
The original Twilight Zones, I used to love fucking watching.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah,
all
you
the
know,
time,
you know
man.
what? Like it's weirdly like
I watched it at 5 years old.
I know. Those are.
But I love X-Files, but I know I would like Twilight Zone, but I never got into it. But there's something about that fucking like black and white that makes it creepier.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, and they made like a version of, because the new one's in color, but they also did one in black and white too to make it like dude. I love that intro. That intro is iconic, bro.
Yeah.
Also,
Well, they
you know
also
what I
have,
love? The Tower of Terror in Disneyland out in Florida.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a
I
Tower of
haven't
Terror.
been.
There's a Tower of Terror ride there,
Yeah.
and it has like the intro, and it's like, oh, because there's like the episode. I just like prepare to enter the
My-
Twilight
my-
Zone. I love
Twilight
that.
Zone.
My fucking wife is going there for this whole next week. It's
what?
so ridiculous. She works. She's IT for a school district. And we can cut whatever you want. It's up to you. But she works for the school district in it's called Marquardt. It's kind of like by Wheaton, Naperville. But they're like, oh, we need to do training for IT. We're gonna do it in Disney World. It's
Yeah,
like
that's awesome, dude.
yeah,
That's smart.
The only thing that I bitched was like, I wish they did it at Universal Studios or fucking Nintendo Land, because it's
I
kind
thought
of
you were a Harry Potter person. I was like, yeah, dude, Wizarding World. Is that what you like?
My son is. His mom took him to that.
Yeah,
He said he loved it.
But I just no,
I've heard of good shit about all.
I keep like I guess there's like a controversy about this Harry Potter shit.
Because J.K. Rowling sucks, I guess. But it's wild to me that J.K. Rowling, like, you literally wrote an entire story of fantasies and like wizards and all these people. She does have, I guess in the books, I never read the books. They were big. I was like, no, I'm
Yeah,
not.
No,
yeah.
I didn't read any of
But I
it.
guess there's like some racist kind of like things in there. Like
know-
the Jews run all the banks even in the Wizarding World.
Well, if you
Like-
watch the first
like,
movie, you look at them, you're like, they look kind of Jewy.
but like, I was like, dude, you made this world of like all this fantasy shit. But then you're just like, oh, this person decides they want to identify as another person, goes through like hormone treatment, and literally gets their body changed. It's just like, nope, can't accept that you are whatever you think. I was like, really? Bitch, I don't accept you're a wizard. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
She lost all her money. I think she like, well, not all of it, but I think she like can't. I think they took away her ownership to like the rights or whatever and
To-
shit.
Oh, like
publish
her,
it,
yeah.
like royalties, whatever. She's
Yeah,
yeah,
doing
that
from it.
kind of shit.
You know, I was just talking about this with some comedians about just like, you know, the whole separate artist from art, and like my opinion is just like I still fucking think Harry Potter's cool as hell. I remember it was like one of the first computer games I played.
Yeah.
But listen, I
never got into Harry Potter.
I
I watched the movies.
I wasn't
but
really,
never got into it.
really into it. The PS2 game was,
I was
fun.
bigger
I like
on
that.
anime.
I remember
I
the
don't
PS2 game with the shitty graphics.
the new
Yeah.
game, like the trailers looks fucking
does.
awesome. Like, I mean, regardless of all that,
I think I did see some trailers that look pretty good.
and I wanted to. I didn't really know about the controversy. Like you're the first one who told me. I wanted to look at it at an unbiased way, and I'm like, so fuck, she might be a cunt, but this game looks awesome. You know,
yeah,
like,
the good thing about that is I think she's not like involved in any way, so I don't think she gets any money.
But see,
I was
like here's the argument I was having with these comedians is like, dude, this is the way I look at it. Like, because I look from Taoist perspective, yin and yang. That's what this means.
Okay.
Every single thing you could ever imagine, even if it's like a Jordan Peele movie where it's oh yeah, that freaks out people every time.
Dude, that was a dog crying.
It's a sound clip of my wife going feeding time. But no, anyways, no, I just feel like no matter what you do, there will be a person who's got dirt on them involved. You know what I mean? And it's all about personal boundaries. Like, where are you going to draw the line? That's just how I always felt. It's sort of like I had this argument. I think, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but like dude, I'm done with Facebook arguments, but I had a friend in the music scene that like, he was like, don't fucking see Joker because the director was like, this is going to trigger the woke mob because of mental illness. I thought Joker was amazing.
I loved it.
It was fucking great. Yeah. But then this same guy who likes Joker, like, loves David Bowie, and people don't know David Bowie like had sex with like a 14-year-old boy, and nobody wants to talk about that, you know. But it's cool because he's cool.
Bowie would never do that shit.
yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of white musicians like that. Like, people never talk about how Elvis. I was like, dude, he like met her when she was like 13 and like married her when she was like 15 or whatever. I was like, dude, this is like,
it's the same thing Jerry Lee Lewis did during that time. It's the same thing fucking Chuck Berry did it too. It was just like a normal thing back then.
I don't know, dude. It's personally the way I see it. It's just like, as long as you're willing to acknowledge like the shit that they did wrong, like that's like, other than that, like, yeah, usually it's just separate. Like, it's up to you. Like, do you want to separate the art from the artist? Do you feel comfortable still watching their shit? If not, don't. But like, I mean, that's kind of the way I feel. Like, there's no real such thing as cancel culture, because like, if people still like your shit, they'll still go watch your stuff. Yeah. Like, especially in the black community, I was like, dude, there's been a lot of black communities who've said stuff about LGBTQ people or whatever, all this stuff. Even Kanye right now, dude, like, just the shit Kanye's saying. I was like, Kanye still has a shitload of black supporters. Like, it's like he's still like there's just, for like, black, like, if you want to cancel someone, you can say they're canceled, but as long as you still get money, like, there's a lot of comedians I know in the black community who are canceled. Like, Godfrey was canceled for a while, and but like, it's just like, look, if you still get booked to do shows and you can still tour. Well, I was like, you can't really be canceled.
They couldn't stop Chappelle. They couldn't stop Louis C.K.
No,
and it's because, dude, number one,
Louis C.K.'s stand-up isn't even that good. I was like, he's still like,
really, I love Louis C.K.
I think he's a goat.
I think he's really, really good. I just think his stand-up is not as great. He's another one where it's like, I like his writing, like his shows, super good. Like, that's like another one where it's like,
you seen the show Louis? I fucking love that show.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I love the.
I think he's like number one, like, influence, like, stand-up for me. That's just me though.
I think he's probably has a huge. I think he has a huge influence on me. It's just that's another one of those things where it's just like, I don't realize it. Like, it was, I was younger, I watched a lot of the shit. Like,
but the other thing too is like, there's the aspect of the only, like, where do you go from here? Because this cancel shit has been going on for like a decade, you know, firing up, and people are sort of like, you know, Louis going back on tour. I think people need to realize, like, there is such fucking thing called forgiveness. You know, like, it all depends on like who you are. You know the thing that drove me nuts in the beginning of that shit? Like, I don't want to be that white dude that fucking rants about this on a podcast. But you know what drove me nuts is, like, I never had anybody call me this, so this isn't like factual. But if somebody called me like, yo, that joke is pretty fucking Nazi. It's like, dude, you know how much effort you need to do to be a Nazi, you know what I mean? And then when I thought about it, I'm like, there's so many lazy people now that, because I used to use the comparison of like, so if I go fishing once, does that make me a fucking longshore fisherman? And like, in this day and age, because people don't like have the drive or motivation to do things, like, some people would say that. But I would, you know, like, I've gone fishing maybe 7 times last year. I still wouldn't call myself a fisherman. And to me, it's like,
fuck one kid, you're not a pedophile.
Like, come on, man, you're just throwing around labels now.
No, but that's no, but I mean, but that's like what's going on in their head.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that's obviously what's going on. But the thing is, like, I don't know, man.
Can you imagine the amount of terrible things the cavemen did? Just horrific fucking things.
Fucking cavemen.
But that's the thing is, like, what I'm saying is, like, so like we're talking about this movie Nope. Like, if you watch Nope, are you telling me before you watch a movie, or whatever, let's say there's a new fucking movie called fucking Cat Feeder.
Yes.
Yeah, called BS, right? Say we watch this fucking movie. Are you going to do a research project on every single person in the credits to, you know, say whether you like this or not? It's all about where everybody draws their boundaries, you know?
Yeah, I was like, and personally, I was like, I think, one, I was like, I feel like separating the artist and then,
I still like watching
forgiveness
the Cosby
are
Show.
two different things. Like, so I was like, there's separating the art from the artist, and then there's also like the forgiveness or condition.
Yeah.
I was like, do you actually, like, if a guy actually puts in the work, if you change, I was like, if you have the same shitty behavior, like, I mean, some people make it bad, but I was like Mel Gibson, where it's like Mel Gibson. I have not seen anything to make me believe that Mel Gibson's behavior has changed in any real shape, way, shape, or form. He's maybe has gotten better, not about getting caught. Like, but I was like, there's nothing that has told me like, okay, his behavior has changed. It's like, I was like, look, if you want to separate Mel Gibson from the art and still watch, you know, Braveheart or whatever, that's one thing. I was like, if you want to go and say, oh, Mel Gibson deserves forgiveness or has earned forgiveness at this point, I was like, show me the proof. I was like, you know, I was like, show me where it is.
And that's like your boundary, and I think like people need to like be okay with that, you know, like to me, it's like I came from like the punk hardcore scene, and I knew a lot of fucking people who went to jail. They needed to join a fucking white supremacist gang to not get ass raped.
Yeah, there has to be. People don't know about that, but that happens.
And they came out monsters. They came out I knew, like I keep mentioning, I knew this kid. He was just an innocent fucking kid who got the wrong set of cards dealt, you know, to him in his life. Yeah. He went to fucking jail because his dad was dying and they didn't approve his health insurance. His dad's fucking stupid excuse was, oh, it's because all the blacks are getting, or all the minorities are getting the fucking health insurance and shit. Yeah. And so this kid went to jail. And he comes out, and I'm like, so what do you want to do? Like, I'm thinking, like, the first thing I'd want to do coming out of jail is, like, get Giordano's or something, you know?
Eat, drink, have fun, be, like, alive.
And he's like, I'm looking for synagogues to vandalize. I'm like, dude.
Like, the fuck?
I'm
Bro,
done.
you're going right back in, Mike.
I was thinking Portillo's.
And so when it comes to, like, you mentioned, like, Mel Gibson, I'm like, does this guy wake up every morning thinking I'm going to contribute to racism? And to me, my boundary is, he's okay just because he doesn't do that. You know what I mean? Like, he's not direct, but that's just
and I guess, and I could also see just like, especially like that's kind of another thing where it's just like from a black perspective versus a white perspective. I was like, look, like a white perspective, it's a lot easier to just be like, look, this guy's not actively trying to be a racist, so it, like, I don't really mind. From a black perspective, I was like, even if they weren't trying to actively be racist, I was like, if the shit you're pushing is still racist, it's still dumb. Yeah. Like, I was like, if you're still pushing like bad shit, like, I was like, I still don't like you. I was like, I would still consider you a racist person.
Do you think he still does that?
Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know Mel Gibson that well, but I was like, I've never seen anything to make me believe he's like. He also was just kind of an asshole and a drunk dick. Like that was part of the controversy.
Yeah,
I was like,
is a fucking
I've
drunk.
never seen anything to make you like make me think, yeah, Mel Gibson's become a nicer person.
I don't think there's anybody who's like, hey, he's a drunk. He made some good things being drunk. You know, like So, but
here.
I did like Apocalypto, which I also recently seen. I never seen that before. Have you ever seen that shit?
I don't remember it too much, but I remember it being good when I watched it years ago.
Dude, I would say watch as much pretend it's not Mel Gibson that made it, but it's like
I was like, dude, I don't mind. I was like, I don't mind watching Mel Gibson's movies. It's just if you, like, I was just an example, but I was like, if you told me Mel Gibson was like because he said racist shit, I was like, if you told me Mel Gibson is no longer racist, I was like, like what have you seen from Mel Gibson to do it? I was like, the lack of publicly saying racist shit doesn't mean that. I was like, just because you don't say racist shit publicly doesn't mean you're not a racist. I was like, like, look, of course. I think that's the number one thing, especially this generation doesn't get. I was like, one, not everything needs to be put on the internet, especially like if you're like a teenager or younger or whatever. I was like, or if you're like in a group, I was like, dude, I cannot control what you say in a room full of other white dudes, like by yourself. Like if you go and say the most, if I leave this room later, you guys just start saying the most racist shit and these cameras are off. Yeah. Like I cannot stop you. I don't know about it. There's nothing that can happen. You leave these cameras on and you say it and then you post it. I was like, now you're fucked. I was like, dude, just don't put it on camera. Like, I obviously don't do dumb shit, but if you're going to do dumb, bad shit, or if you're a teenager and you're still making bad decisions, don't put it on the fucking internet. That one's a tip for all you guys. Just don't record it. There's no reason to put it on your phone. Like, just don't do it.
In that case, I got something to say. Turn this shit off for a second.
Dude, I was like, dude, like, think about like the 80s and the 70s and the 60s. I was like, people were doing racist shit all the fucking time. It was like they just didn't have cameras. Like, they just didn't record it. They just took a fucking Polaroid of their buddy with his dick out or some shit, and then they buried it.
Yeah. I was watching fucking old Bill Cosby stand-up himself. Fucking hilarious. And I was watching it. It was around the time, a little bit after that shit was happening. Yeah. And my brother was around, and he goes, so how long after you heard the story did you want to watch this?
How long did it take you? You're like,
dude, this shit's
funny. Dude, that does happen to me where like somebody like there's a controversy. I'm like, I'm going to check it out. I'm going to, because I want to give my spin instead of like, because, dude,
exactly. I think that's a good practice. Though. Like, if someone says there's something's controversial, go make your own decision.
Because that's the other thing that people don't realize. The other thing that people don't realize is, and they don't want to accept this. I know this because, bro, I am one of those Polacks who, like, English was my second language, but I fucking won awards for the papers that I wrote in English. Yeah. Because I don't know. I loved fucking writing. And I tried to get
in Philly fucking Nobel Peace Prize over here.
Yeah, man, I got my feather.
The Polish writer over here.
I was actually, I'm still writing a bit on this, but I was writing a bit about how like the like you can tell racism has gotten better, like as in like it's as in
there's more, and I love it.
Like, we got better at it.
We're killing it now. Old school racism sucked.
No, I was saying like it's going away because the happiest thing that makes a white person now is different from back in the day, and it's about how like how the happiest thing that makes a white person now is getting a nickname from black people they work with. Like, because I used to work, and I made this guy laugh. He's like, yo, what's up, Wolfman Jack? And I'm just like, that's cool as fuck. And I'm like, you know how white I am? That like the thing is like, it's just black people being cool by themselves.
Everyone wants to be liked by black people. That's always how it's been. But maybe that's what started slavery. They were like, the black people were like, you guys don't like us? Come on, guys.
Come on, we'll give you jobs.
But like the punch was gonna be that like black people are just naturally being cool, but like I'm so fucking white that I'm actually thinking like, oh man, this guy, he just came home.
I'm a god now.
He's like, you know, watching TV, and in our minds he's like taking out his feather pen, put it on his bifocals, and being like, what am I going to call this crack ass? It's like, he didn't do that at all.
Dude, I was thinking about the feeling, dude. You know what it is? The feeling like when an older black woman calls you like sweetie. Like you just feel warm and a child, like, okay, yes. I was like, I love that feeling. I was like, oh yeah, I feel comfortable now. I feel safe. Like this large older black woman just called me child, and now I feel safe and comfortable.
Yeah.
That's it. No, dude.
Yeah, no, it's just like, what I was saying. So I wrote these fucking papers, and what I realized trying to go into something like journalism, dude, so I fucking stopped. I didn't, because you have to start at the bottom, which means you got to fucking write shit that you don't care about. Like, I don't give a fuck about sports that much. So somebody like me has to write articles about sports that happen that you could just fucking watch instead of reading an article about. Or the other option was, I had a guy that I worked at a library with. He was the president there. He was like, you could write for this food industry magazine. Like, it's literally about like recipes and women like, oh, and then the savory steak was juicing with.
I'm like, recipe and savory, and then what was that word you threw in between there? What was that one?
What?
Recipes and savory. You're like, there's just like, it's about like recipes and like women and savory. I was like, I feel like one of those words does not fit.
Oh no.
Unless it's a Jeffrey Dahmer cookbook. That's not like the guy.
They have his picture on the front with a little sideways top hat on. How to cook with Dahmer.
Like it's either that or it's like a porno basically. It's just like, I was like, dude, open this Playboy. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm looking for the recipes.
No, I was saying
the recipes.
I was saying like all these like housewomen reading this shit about how to like cook about how to cook a fucking like basic ass steak.
Martha Stewart's like, here, just cook this turducken.
And so what I realized was a lot of these...
Snoop Dogg cooking with Martha. He's murdered people.
Well, Snoop Dogg's like, put a pinch of that shit in there.
What I'm saying is like all these fucking journalists, like you gotta remember, whatever fucking article you read about whoever it is, it's like, what's fueling this is a desperate attempt of attention from the fucking crowds. Because there's podcasts now, there's DIY news that isn't biased, and it's like their job is to, what I can like say that's fucked up that's going to get the most clicks.
Bro,
so it's definitely not true.
Are we not seeing the connection here? Because I feel like you're also just describing a comedian at this point. I was like, dude, your job is to go out there. I was like, I'm trying to make you laugh. Like, I need to get, and especially like if you want to be more successful, I've come to realize, I was like, you got to go put your shit out. Like, you got to get your content out there. You got to get clicks. You got to get views. I was like, you got to put shit out there.
But the thing is, a comedian, it's the end. What the fuck result is a laugh, or it's to make people feel this warmth inside from laughing at something that's bizarre. If you're gonna be misconstruing like news, like making something big out of something that's nothing, like I don't even fucking remember. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know what the fuck else had on here that was gonna. I don't know where we were gonna segue to. Apocalypto was a fucking good movie that I've never seen. It's basically like, because he writes his shit real historically, like factually. So he just like, it's just a movie about Aztec like Mayan warriors.
Did you watch the latest Predator? That was a good fucking movie.
That was a good one.
I liked it.
That.
Yeah. But what the fuck else? Oh, you know what else I watched? Have you heard of this Barbarian movie?
Barbarian.
Yeah, it's called Barbarian. It's fucking.
Is it older?
No. It's honestly like 2 months old on Netflix. I watched it because I thought
it
it
was Netflix original, maybe.
I don't know. I don't remember, but it was like. Do you remember like recently there was like that stupid fucking horror movie with Nicolas Cage that had like red letters? It was like a girl's name or something, and he's like has a huge ass beard. I don't remember what the fuck it was.
Cage.
Yeah.
Pig?
It might have been Pig. It might have been Pig.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Nicolas Cage has been doing a lot of weird shit. I was like,
Did he make a movie that he like goes to some guy's island who's obsessed with him or something?
Yeah.
Yo, did you guys know Netflix has now made 21 Adam Sandler movies?
No,
Netflix alone. Just on Netflix alone, Adam Sandler has 21 original movies. I was like, dude, Adam Sandler, he has enough movies like they legally could drink. Like, he has more movies on Netflix alone than some people have been like years alive. Like, that's
like Netflix originals.
Just on Netflix. Just his Netflix. Dude, there was like a while where he was just like putting out like 4 or 5 just random movies. Like, it would just be him and like David Spade.
He's cashing in.
Just be like a new Netflix movie.
The movie I watched with him in it that was just so insufferable I couldn't finish was one where he like dresses up as a girl, as a sister too.
Jack and Jill.
Oh my God. Dude, I could not. There are some terribly cheesy movies.
That is like probably the most notable worst
fucking movie. Because I can watch cheesy fucking movies, like cheesy movies like Sharknado and fucking Rubber and shit, and I'll sit through it because it's so like cheesy that it's almost like funny.
But that movie was just
sucked.
Annoying.
It was just insufferable.
Well, what's funny is like like during lockdown and shit, you go on these movie binges or whatever, and I was like, I kind of liked. I mean, I remember I liked Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Wedding Singer, but then after that,
originals.
Even maybe after like Big Daddy, it was kind of getting shitty.
Yeah, but I think Big Daddy was probably about where he started making more questionable. Funny People was pretty good. I like that one with Seth Rogen, but that was a little more like it was more of a dramedy.
Oh no, the last movie that I watched with him that actually made me laugh was That's My Boy.
That's My Boy.
Where he sleeps with his teacher.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Funny.
But like I went like a fucking movie nerd. I went on there and I was like, what was like Adam Sandler's worst movie? And I want to see what these people are talking about. And it was 8 Crazy Nights. Have you ever seen that shit?
Oh my God, how is that considered his worst?
I don't know.
That is a great movie.
That one was all right. I mean,
the animated movie, 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah.
Was, what? The Hanukkah song alone is iconic, dude. Are you kidding me?
But
it's big enough that Steve Carell made a cover of it on The Office, dude.
He did?
Remember they did a Diwali episode?
No.
It was like, oh, Diwali's been one crazy night. You go check it out, dude. It's good.
No, I only saw the reason why I said I didn't like it is because like I felt like that whole movie he's just a dick. He's just this dick who's trying to like become a better person.
That's what I was like. Dude, have you ever seen any other Christmas movie though?
8 Crazy Nights? Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I was like, have you ever seen a Christmas movie? That's basically the stereotypical premise of it. It's like, oh, you're a dick. You got to learn to be better. It's just a Hanukkah take on it.
What's his name? The Christmas Carol movies.
Yeah,
it's basically that.
Well, you know what's funny is like in the
I saw this fucking random ass comment that fucking had me cracking up. It shows this white dude who was going. Oh, the one who was going around paying for people's gas when everything.
Yeah.
He went to like predominantly Hispanic and black neighborhoods, and somebody commented. He said that motherfucker got visited by 3 ghosts last week.
He said, "Yo, I gotta start doing
That
it."
shit had me dying.
No, but you know, like around like 2000, like late 90s. Have you ever heard of Streetwise?
A movie?
No, the company. Have you heard of that shit? So like,
No.
I did it because I was like a teenager trying to decorate my room with fucking posters and shit. So Streetwise.com was like, they had all these fucking bands coming out with new shit, and they would just send you merch for free to just fucking
I think I have heard
like
Distribute.
like yeah, just sticker up your whole fucking town, whatever it was. I remember like I like System of a Down, only that first album, but then they got big on Toxicity or Steal This Album, so they sent me like a fucking 5-inch stack of Steal This Album stickers that you put all around town. I remember what the fuck else did they do? Like
I thought Toxicity wasn't that bad.
But they, yeah. I mean, I just got sick of them. But they would just like random. I would as a kid, I just kept ordering all of them just so I could like sticker up my whole room. And dude, one day, like they gave me when you remember Adobe? It was like the copy of Chipotle.
Oh,
that
you
restaurant.
mean Qdoba?
Qdoba, yeah. They
Like
gave me
Adobe for your computer?
No.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Adobe
okay,
Reader?
no,
Chipotle Reader. I didn't have that.
Dude, they gave me like an employee uniform. They gave me Qdoba like fucking t-shirt, hat, and all these stickers to buy. So anyways, so they fucking gave me a stack of 8 Crazy Nights stickers that I just put all over town, and I never saw the movie. But I don't know. It was all right. It was like whatever. But anyways, man. The only other movie I'm bitching on here is I cannot stand. I did not think Die Hard is as amazing as they say it is.
Bro, oh my gosh.
No,
I want to maintain this friendship, but you already went at Kiki Palmer, and now you're like Die Hard. You don't like Die Hard? Like, what is this?
Yeah,
I was cool with Die Hard. I like Die Hard.
I love Die Hard, dude.
I don't like.
Dude,
I don't like that they're claiming it's a Christmas movie. What the fuck?
Okay.
Where did that come
dude,
from?
just because I get to personally I don't really care, but I like to see people get pissed off about it. But I was like, yeah, I'll watch that movie on Christmas. I'll watch any movie on Christmas.
I'll watch
Yeah.
anything.
I was
Yeah,
like-
I don't give a fuck.
But dude, no.
You know what I don't
Han-
watch on Christmas? Christmas movies. I don't really watch any fucking Christmas movies.
Dude,
Home Alone,
Hans
maybe.
Gruber falling off that tower is an iconic scene.
I
dude.
love.
Dude, I love Alan Rickman.
I love everything he's fucking in. I love Alec Rickman, but to me, like, it's one of those things that was like I was talking about like Peele movies.
You don't like Reginald Vell Johnson? That's what it is, dude.
No. Is that fucking Carl Winslow?
I was like, that sounds like a black name. What's that the fuck? Yeah, dude.
I actually love him. Like one of my favorite movies or TV shows was Family Matters.
I
Like,
love
in
that
the-
mustache. I love that mustache.
He's in commercials now.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's in
great.
Dead.
He's just
But
great.
no. It was just one of those things where it was like where I thought Die Hard was good. But then, like, the way people hyped it up, I'm like, dude, come on. Like, when you line it up with other action movies from that time, like Predator, Total Recall, fucking Rambo, like the Terminators, like it doesn't match up. You know, I don't know if it's considered like that much of an action movie, but
I don't know, dude. I enjoy
Maverick was a
all
good
those
fucking
movies.
remake.
I do like Die Hard though. I like it a lot, dude.
yeah. Do you think like coming from a Die Hard fan, like, do you think the first one is the best?
Yeah, definitely. See, it got a little wild at one point, dude. I was like, once they
got Pesci in there, it was goofy.
well, I was like, once he drives a car into a helicopter, I think
get your
that was
fucking
where I was
shine
like,
box.
all right, buddy, you're like, how do you drive a car into a helicopter? Just explain that to.
You know what movie was ridiculously over the top with those? Remember those Transporter movies with fucking Staten?
yeah.
Oh, dude.
Like he just like flip a car upside down and
Remember
use a
Crank?
fucking
Remember
helicopter
Crank?
hook. Huh?
Remember Crank with Jason Statham?
Yeah,
That's
where he
what
like
it is?
kept
Yeah.
shooting himself up to stay alive and shit.
Oh,
Like,
dude.
pumped
All
his
right.
heart up.
But all right, guys, we gotta cut
get
it
out
out,
of-
dude.
all
I gotta
right.
get out of here, dude.
All right, man. I hope our friendship
Alright,
gets better despite this Die Hard shit.
That's
Next
fine,
time
dude.
we
You
get
t-
together, we'll watch Die Hard.
Yeah, that's what I was like, dude. I was like, it's weird. You told me come over, have a few drinks,
Alright.
we'll have a couple laughs, and I was like, now you're telling me you hate Die Hard,
I'm
so
not
fuck
hanging-
this.
All right, man. Thank you coming on, Calvin Oates. You got any like plugs you on Instagram or any shows coming up? Like,
No
Anything
plugs,
going
no shows coming up yet, but I will be thinking about it. Instagram is Calvin Oates Comedy, right? Calvin Oates Comedy, I believe.
so this whole showcase that I had this past weekend, this Saturday, we're gonna do it monthly. If you want to
CALVIN,
fucking
right?
be on
Yep,
there,
see.
if you want to be on there, it's all good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
It's every third Saturday, and it's in our old hood. It's like fucking by Harlem and Irving Mall.
Okay.
It kind of was a shit show, the first one, but it's the first one. I
love me a shit show, baby.
Yeah,
I was like, I love those.
There's you know Dan Brennan.
Yeah.
There's a fucking Joe Pesci at Elmwood Park that wanted to fight him. So
oh fuck!
I thought it was hilarious.
Oh god, Dan Brennan fighting Joe Pesci. I would pay money to see that. I would pay money to see okay.
Yeah, dude. So real quick, fucking Brennan, like he said this bit he always says. I don't think he'll mind if I say it, but Brennan has kind of like a weirdish old man shade of skin, like where it looks like the freckles on your shoulders when you get sunburned. So he had some joke where he's like, I look like a Marine that got a bomb blown off in my face. And this guy went up, he's like, I served my country, and he threw a $5 bill at him. I'm like,
why are you throwing money at me? I'm going to pick that up and take it all. Like, don't do that.
And the funny thing was, like, somebody told me, they're like, do you want to take care of this or should we? I'm like, well, am I allowed to? I don't know if he's a regular here. Like, this is the first. So they took care of him. I ran up there, I took the $5 bill.
Yeah, I'm like, don't throw money around. I'll take it, but don't do that.
That's your service fee.
Yeah.
We don't throw shit around here. Thank you, though.
And then I told Dan the next, like, 2 days later, I saw money. He was like, give me that fucking $5. But all right, man. It was a good time, man. We'll rekindle our friendship. I'll try and come up with some movies that you like and kiss your ass.
There we go.